560 WQAM presents the Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil,
dial 560 with 560 in Dade or Broward County, or pound 560 for AT&T wireless customers.
877-785-NEIL is a toll-free call. The opinions expressed by Neil Rogers, his guests or callers, does not reflect those of the Beasley Broadcast Group, its staff, advertisers, or agency. Now, the Neil Rogers Show on 560 QAM.
Salespeople are iceholes.
Perhaps, possibly, the people are right. Maybe I should call George W. Bush, the governor of Texas, and powwow with him about how we can get around this whole mess. There's no reason to be uncivilized. I'll just talk to him man to man. I believe we can have a meeting of the minds.
Good morning, President Bush's office. May I help you?
I'm sorry. I must have misdialed. I was looking for Governor Bush.
This is President Bush's office.
Right, but this is the father's office?
Please hold.
Hello?
Who are you holding for?
I was holding for Governor George W. Bush.
This is President Bush's office.
I must have misdialed. I'm sorry for the ring. Let me try Dick Cheney. He's more of a communicator. Obviously, there's some sort of phone screw-up.
Vice President Cheney's office. May I help you?
See, now, I'm twisted. I was looking for Dick Cheney.
This is Vice President Cheney's office. May I help you?
Yeah, but see, I'm the vice president.
Excuse me, sir, but you don't sound like Vice President Cheney. May I help you?
Well, Dick Cheney is not the vice president. The election is not over. You know what? Never mind. I'm going to try George W. Bush's wife, Laura. She's obviously the communicator in that family.
Good morning, First Lady Laura Bush's office. May I help you?
Hello?
Good morning, the First Lady's office. May I help you?
All right, so when you say First Lady, you're referring to Laura Bush as being the First Lady of the state of Texas, right?
No, sir. She is the President's wife, so she would be the First Lady of the United States of America.
But he's not the President.
Yes, he is, sir. May I ask who this is?
This is, Domino's.
Oh, I'm sorry, Domino's, but we didn't order any pizza. But thank you very much for calling. Bye now.
What the devil is going on here? These people are acting like they won, like some sort of election was held. There's more counting to do. There's more Chads and Dimples, lawsuits and hearings.
No.
It's 10:03 at 560 WQAM. You know something? If he would have been half as warm during the campaign as he was last night and would have had the good makeup they had, you notice he didn't look like a cigar store Indian? He didn't have 40 layers of pancake makeup on. He looked okay. And, of course, they were, it was the greatest. It was so wonderful. And then W came on there, and he didn't look like the deer in the headlights. He looked a little better than usual. And there was much ado about nothing. What you saw was two mediocre guys, just like what we had before November the 7th. Didn't I come on the air on November the 8th, the day after the election, and said we were going to have a bloodless coup? Didn't I say that the last time I checked?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Didn't I also say...
Salespeople are iceholes.
See, I don't want to get started on the air with that because the audience doesn't care about that, although I do. But it goes back to what I've been telling you for the last 100 years about why I absolutely refuse to go to those Christmas parties. Now, of course, you like the free food, which I understand. You're making like $2 an hour, and I understand that. Plus, you're a lot more sociable and a lot easier of a pushover than I am. Plus, you're not in a position to tell quite as many people to F off as I am.
Oh, no, not
Right.
at all. You can avoid people. It's a big group.
See, it's one thing when you work in a place where there are like 50 or 100 people, and it just invariably you're going to wind up in a situation where there got to be a couple of people that you don't like or they don't like you. But this place is extraordinary. I've been in the business 600 years. I've never been in a place like this one. Because this is a place not just where I find a whole bunch of people who are detestable and incompetent at best, But people that I avoid like the plague, people I not only won't speak to, but I won't even look at because I find them so unacceptable. But, you know, when you've been around for 800 years, like I said, you're in a position where you can just say to you, you don't go to the Christmas parties and suck around with people who are insincere. There's nothing worse to me than a backstabber. People who glad hand you and smile, hey, phonies. Phonies. And, of course, you're easily influenced by those people, but that's okay. Or at least a part of you is. Because you figure at least it's worth a free meal. I don't need the free meal. It just gives me agita anyway.
There are people here that I like.
There are people here I like.
So
Tommy was in here this morning. I like Tommy. In fact, let's make the short list.
It's a short list, but we, find a little table.
We like Adam down in sales, and we pass along our condolences. Adam's dad just passed away on Monday, and he's a good guy. And what can I say? He's a good guy. We like John Penis, who used to work here. In fact, most of the people in sales that we like, they're gone. Because they were smart enough to get the hell out of here. Scott Schwartz, I liked him. He's long gone. But we have some people in here who just, number one, they don't listen. Number two, they're absolutely inept. And number three, they're backstabbers. I don't deal with backstabbers. I don't have the time for it. In addition to which, let me ask you, who are you working for today? Are you working for Peter Leonard or Manny Bell?
Let me check the list.
Yeah, check the list and see how many of these assholes in this place are your bosses today.
I'm checking it twice.
Okay. And then when you go to the next Christmas party, be sure and to glad hand them and et cetera. Oh, man. All I want to say one more time.
Salespeople are iceholes.
Okay, I just mentioned that in passing. 949 votes on yesterday's poll. Who's most to blame for Al Gore losing this election? Al Gore himself, 42.8%, 407 votes, and I concur wholeheartedly. Dumb voters, 171. Ralph Nader, 127. State of Florida, 83. The U.S. Supreme Court, 61. Teresa Lepore, 42. Drew Lieberman, 39. The Florida Supreme Court, 19. Al Gore himself. The election was there for him to have. And these people that want to carry on and continue moaning and groaning and gee, the Jesse Jacksons of the world. Oh, you know who else they had on? Al Sharpton last night. There is one of the most despicable. There's another one on my long list. So you have a short list of the people I really like and a long list of people who I find despicable. And Al Sharpton is one of them. And I just see, just as bad as it is that the Republicans have to be in bed with Jerry Falwell and Tom DeLay and that crowd, we've got Jesse Jackson and we've got Al Sharpton that we have to deal with. Everybody's got their baggage, which is why I still say this country desperately, I do mean desperately, needs a third party, a centrist party, socially liberal, economically conservative. That's what we need, just like Jesse Ventura says. That's what, the markets want Bush, they want Bush. I'm looking today, everything is in the down, the arrows are all pointing down again. We had another real bad day on the market yesterday. They keep getting these bad earnings reports in. Bush is in there. It's about as official as it's going to get till he raises his hand up in the air and lies or whatever he's going to do. And it's still the crapper. Where's all this euphoria? At least from an economic standpoint, he hasn't even gotten in there yet, and he's already off to a bad start. Because this was supposed to be the thing to pacify some of us, bring out the greed factor. If you can't get your man in, at least be happy because maybe your beaten down stocks are going to come back up. Are they coming back up? No. But you got to get over it. Eventually, life has got to move on. And there's some people out there who just don't want it to move on. Dan Rather did a good little editorial last night, which I don't think I've ever seen him do that before. 2 minutes at the end of the CBS Evening News about this is no way to hold an election. And about these vote-o-matic machines and all this other grotesque, outdated Neanderthal way that we vote. He said this can never happen again. And they're saying, oh, but it might cost $2.3 billion to make sure the state... Yeah, so what's $2.3 billion? They can fart that out in about a half a second for whatever the hell they want. Oh, but that's the cost of a B-1 bomber. Yeah, and what's the point about that? What's the point of having elections if you're not going to do it right? And then I see the Herald is going to be recounting, or at least they've gone to court to get the Dade ballots. They're only getting the Dade ballots. You do realize that. And now we have the AP may or may not do something they haven't done it yet, and all these other news organizations. So what you're going to have is all this convoluted, somebody's counting Dade, somebody maybe is counting Broward, and nobody's ever going to know. I don't care how many times they count the goddamn votes. I don't care how many dimpled and pimpled chads that they stick up their rectum. They're never going to know who won. We're never going to have an accurate count. The point is, if you have a good candidate, if you have somebody with some charisma, somebody with some credibility, Somebody with some warmth. He showed more warmth in 5 or 6 minutes last night than he did in the last 5 or 6 months. Don't you think? He was like underline the almost human.
He had been tenderized.
Really? I wonder if it was Adolph's. 10 past 10 at 560 WQAM. And look how quiet that phone is this morning, boys and girls. There's nary a call on the board. You want to know why? Because now it's like, oh, what do we do now? Neil, what do we do now? Punt.
No portion of this program may be reproduced without the express written permission of WQAM Beasley Broadcast Group Incorporated.
Salespeople are ice-holes.
In record stores now, it's the most repulsive Christmas album you'll ever hear. Ally McBeal purges all the Christmas favorites. Ally McBeal purges all the Christmas favorites. Listen to it while eating fruitcake.
10:14 at 560 WQAM. Don't forget the Pizza Loft appearance Tuesday, the one and only of this year. What are we going to raise about?
Only $50.
$50 there Tuesday? That's okay. 6 to 9 p.m. at the world-famous Pizza Loft. We'll have all the best in the CDs and cassettes and the T-shirts and those free buttons and those dumb picture cards. It's your last chance to get one.
Not the noise-making buttons, we want to remind you.
No, those aren't buttons. Those are called keychains.
Well, people hear buttons and they...
Those are called keychains. Button, who's got the button? You ain't getting one because we don't have any of those keychains. But we have those really nifty, what do we call those? Best in Neil buttons with a picture of you all picture of me with my digit up in the air and my finger too. They're cute. And they're free. And the picture cards. And that's it. And I don't want any of those phony sales holes showing up there sucking around either on Tuesday night. I just mentioned that ahead of time, like the last time. You know, George was commenting before, the Power 96 people keep coming in here, the salespeople. We don't have anything to do with them other than the fact we work in the same building and they happen to be mostly nice guys. And bringing us checks for Planned Parenthood. Did the line form at the door or did I miss it? Did you see any checks so far from the QAM sales department for Planned Parenthood? Since I went through that tirade the other day? You see anything in there?
No.
No.
I'm sure they're waiting for payday.
Oh, that must be it. Okay, here's our last poll about this presidential stuff, maybe. No, shouldn't this be the last one? And then tomorrow we'll move on to other stuff, if we can find any other stuff. Oh, and Mike Mayo actually wrote a pretty good column today. It's about time, I'd say this is a double today. The last one with the Panthers stuff, that was like maybe an infield single, a scratch hit. But a double today. A-Rod reels in the dough. Fans are on the hook. I might even read that later because it looks like I probably need to kill some time. Here's our poll today on neilrogers.com. Should Al Gore be the Democratic candidate for president in 2004? Yes? No? Or I don't care. That's our poll today on neilrogers.com. And what do you think? What do you think? For example, when I talk about people who refuse to let this go, and when I say let this go, that doesn't mean payback won't be a bitch, especially for Jeb Bush in 2002, and there's a big article in the paper about that, which I'll get to. But I'm talking about in terms of your life. You can't just continue, oh, gee, the Supreme Court let us down, and they blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's a bloodless coup. They took it over. They stole it fair and square. All her relatives had their finger in it. The Secretary of Bush, she had her finger and her eyelashes in it, and that's it. There you go. You may not like it, but that's it. And tell Jesse to get the hell out of the streets with all those fortures, and while he's at it, he could do a lot more constructive and teach him how to vote right. Him and Al Sharpton, that's a match made in purgatory. We should buy him a trip to Siberia. One-way ticket. But here's an example of what I'm talking about. Here's Ruth, who I'm sure her intentions are good. She faxes me this. Bushwhacked, and it's got a copy of the butterfly ballot from Palm Beach. Election 2000. Neil, would you like one of these T-shirts? Colors, blah, 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 blah. My official gift to you, Ruth.
No.
No. And then she's got a number and phone and all the colors that are available. And the answer is
no.
No, Ruth. Sorry. I appreciate the offer, but the answer is still no. 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 Because I'm not going to dwell on it. It's over, and life will go on. I mean, it's a question of which dimwit we wanted in there, which one was the most dangerous, and then we'll see. We'll give him 2 or 3 days and see how he does. Right? Maybe he'll actually turn out to be okay.
No.
Huh? What do you think?
I'm sorry, I kept it as long as I could.
Well, I'm trying to be, keep a good sense of humor about it. Maybe he'll turn out to be not so bad.
No.
What do you think? Maybe he'll turn out to be smart. What do you think?
No.
Oh. Smarter than we thought?
No.
Here's a mobile in South Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how's it going?
Okay.
Just want to say something, then get something off my chest. First of all, the salespeople at 560 suck.
Yes.
I called them about 3 weeks ago asking them for some information on a sponsor, and I haven't heard from them since.
Mm-hmm. And you won't.
Most likely. Listen, have you heard about the Homestead airport they're trying to build?
Yeah.
You know, I think that really sucks. I heard it's some Texas rich company guy that wants to come down here and put it in and mess up the
environment
right. And whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to let you know I'm going to fight that to the day I die.
Good.
And
when in doubt, keep them out.
Jesse Ventura, 2004.
All right. Yeah, our sales department blows. Even listeners know that. Just you can walk into like an elementary school and ask the kids, "Hey, you guys know anything about the QM sales department?" All the kids would turn around, "Oh, they suck!" Yeah, in unison they would give it a shout. I mean, I hate to lump them all together because I guess we got, one or two people down there who are like, try their best. Like I said, Adam, and Brian tries his best in his own bizarre, peculiar, exploitive way. Am I leaving anybody out? Oh, yeah, I left Fat Boy out. And Todd Drack. And your best close personal friend, your new employer, Peter Leonard. Yeah. Give me the tape. I wish. I mean, I had to take that gigantic dump. I don't want to go into great detail. It was very, very rewarding. But I'm sitting in there, and I come back in there, come to find out that you're getting orders from Peter Leonard. I mean,
he's an asshole.
Who the hell is he? Do we work for him now? Last time I checked.
Oh, I might. I don't know.
I mean, at least Maddie Bell's got some kind of a title. Asshole in chief or something like that. But these flunky salespeople. Anyway, I don't want to get to see. He distracted us from our. We're coming here to do a radio show. The audience doesn't want to hear about this stuff, do they?
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, they don't want to hear about all this backbiting and all these assholes we have running around this place on the loose. People who just don't get the message. People who can't listen, who can't communicate. The election fallout hovers over Jeb, says the Herald. And they're right. Well, I mean, it's kind of a wishy-washy article by Mark Silva, whoever the hell he is. But there is an interesting thing in here. It says, Jeb Bush will go through an intense period of bitter acrimony where Democrats are concerned, pollster Rob Schroth said. Whether there's enough time to heal these deep gaping wounds remains to be seen. But other political observers say 2 years is an eternity in modern politics. Most Americans got over impeachment, said Susan McManus, professor of political science at the University of South Florida. Most Americans got over O.J. Most Americans will get over this election. See, what she doesn't understand, they got over O.J. from the standpoint of because it wasn't on TV every day like the ongoing soap opera, that they weren't obsessed with it like we were for months and months and months. But in terms of their hatred for him, their absolute contempt for him, which is shown in the fact that everywhere he tried to move until he moved down to Kendall, everybody said no. They still hate him like poison.
Oh, man.
Just the mention of his name makes the hair stand up on many people's necks, including yours truly. Good old O.J.
Oh, man.
So as far as getting over the election, yeah, of course we have to do that. But in terms of will we be any less furious with Jeb Bush, I don't think so. In fact, there are a lot of people right now, as of this moment, already making that their number one priority to make sure that we get his ass out in 2002. Let's say bye to Jeb. Here's a mobile in Stewart. Hello.
Yeah, Neil?
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
Okay.
Listen, Neil, about the priests in the church, let's not glorify them by calling them fags. After all, they're pedophiles.
Yeah.
Fags are human beings.
Yeah.
They're not. So you always say that thing, they're no fags in the church.
Yeah.
No, they are pedophiles.
There's no fags in the church.
Uh-huh.
And as far as the election thing goes, hey, what could you say? You know that the winner lost and the loser won. And better luck to us next time. We go on. Oblada, obladi.
Obladi, oblada. I think that sums it up very well. Thank you very much. Didn't that sum it up pretty well? Obladi, oblada. Yeah. In fact, when Peter Leonard comes in here again, that's the thing you ought to tell him. Obladi, oblada. And I will second that emotion. Translated English, that means 5670560. Not pretty good game by the Panthers last night. Good effort. Gutsy caller in overtime by Terry Murray. Even I'll give him credit for that. Tried to measure it again and the stick. Didn't work out. Thanks to Trevor Kidd, they didn't wind up losing in overtime again, but they had nothing to lose. Got the point against the very weak, erratic Detroit team that's playing crappy at home. But nonetheless, they played pretty damn well last night, the Panthers, but it's still another tie. They still can't win any games. And now the article in the Herald this morning says 2 prospective owners. So we have to sit back and wait for somebody to come in and buy it before any shoe is going to drop, before anything is really done. And like Mike Mayo says, the time has come for the fans to, and they've already done it on their own. And anybody that's got the dish, that's got a small dish that has the package for the NBA or the NHL or whatever, you can channel surf and go from one game to another and see those enormous chunks of empty seats everywhere. Gigantic chunks. Fleet Center. Thousands and thousands of people disguised as empty yellow seats for every home game. And that's one of the original 6 teams. That's supposed to be a real sports town. You know, it's like if you go to a restaurant where the food used to be great and the service was great, you really enjoyed it there, and the quality of the food starts deteriorating, but the prices keep going up, and the service is kind of like, we don't care. Like they just expect your business. And as time goes on, the food keeps getting worse and worse, and the prices keep going up. And the service is indifferent at best. Is there anybody with a brain that's going to go back?
No.
Of course not. Of course not. Give me a good product. And if it's a great product, maybe you can justify raising the prices, but at least give me a good product. Don't just kind of expect that just because it's there, I'm going to come and subsidize your business and build you a restaurant or an arena or a stadium or whatever the hell you want. It's madness. It's craziness. Oh, where are we going to find the money to have like an election done the right way, to have all those computerized machines? And like I said yesterday, we sure find all kinds of creative ways to build stadiums and arenas for billionaires, for these poor guys. And then, of course, when things don't quite go just the way they want, like in Wayne's case, well, screw you guys. I'll trash the team, and you guys, whatever you have left. And I noticed last night before the telecast, here's BM on there. Oh, yeah, we got the 2003 All-Star game. What another convenient cloud, more obfuscation. These guys are luckier. I've never seen 2 guys like them who just constantly, every time they roll out of bed, they fall into a bucket of Schmidt. Every time. No matter how inept they are, no matter how many mistakes they make, they can do no wrong. And now they got the great luxury of they've got this time gap. Somebody is saving their job because now we have to wait for somebody to come along and buy the team. But you keep buying those tickets now. Come on. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Yeah, all you heartless assholes want to get rid of Alien, and now you got George W. Good trade, you rocket scientist.
Here's a mobile. Hello.
What the heck was that?
A moron.
Exactly. Hey, George Bush Jr., the little Jebby here, little Mr. Florida retard, he's gone in 2 years, man. There's no doubt.
Well, I hope so.
But the question is, who are the Democrats going to put up against him? Are we going to come up with another retard farmer guy?
We'll find another dead man like Buddy McKay.
Yeah. Also, what's the deal with these talking heads on MSNBC? They're saying that Bush may try to find a Democratic senator in a state with a Republican governor.
Sure, so they can get control of the Senate again, right? They're talking about John Breaux from Louisiana, and then they got a Republican governor. He can appoint a Republican to the Senate. But the Democrats, I don't think even the Democrats are that stupid. They're going to get sucked into that.
Would they, though? You know, would whoever he goes for, the senator, have, enough control over his ego to pass up a presidential appointment?
Well, I think the Democrats need to make whoever it might be an offer they can't refuse.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is
maybe Donna Corleone can go check them out. Did you hear about Italy? They arrested 12 women in the mob.
Yeah.
Now it's Donna Corleone.
Well, why the hell should they be left out?
Well, they found out that there were women in the mob because every 28 days there was a rash of shootings. You know.
Mm-hmm. Well, now they will fear you. Okay, have a great day. That's what Connie said. Now they will fear you. I think they ought to fear you. Don't ever give an order like that again. Isn't that what the guys from Atlantic City Subs told JP that time? 27. Oh, see, now we're going to get in trouble with them. I shouldn't have said that. All right, shut up.
This is 560 QAM.
Salespeople are iceholes.
It's been a year in the making. Now, they're back, kicking off their world tour with their latest CD, The Backseat Boys, featuring their new hit single, Are We There Yet?
Dad, are we there yet?
The bathroom song.
Oh, can we pull over? I gotta go to the bathroom.
Bobby's hitting me.
Aw, Bobby won't stop hitting me. He's not. He did too. You're such an idiot.
Also featuring Turn Around.
No, stop it.
I'm telling you kids right now, if you don't stop, I'm going to turn this car around and we're going back home.
No.
And feeling bad.
I think I'm gonna be sick.
The Backseat Boys. Available at all record stores now.
Pull over here. I got to take a leak. How come all these Godfather lines are popping in my head today? I wonder what that's all about. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Some of you people, I think this should be your New Year's resolution, even though it's only the 15th and 14th of December, whatever the hell it is, that you're going to just let go. I know you're pissed off, a lot of you. Pissed off, fired up, whatever it is, betrayed, all of these other wonderful things. Let it go. Don't forget it. Put it away in a little compartment in your mind when the time comes. But other than that, go live a life if you can find one, and cut the crap already. The fax machine is purring over. I'm not going to read any more articles about Gore and Bush and Bush and Gore. You know, some are very interesting, but not anymore. Enough is enough already. They stole it fair and square. And the Supreme Court are just like everybody else. They're partisan. The appointments are political. They're a bunch of hacks. And that's it. And all this idealism, I've been telling you this for so long. Oh, no, you're wrong, Neil. Our system is the best in the world. How long have I been telling you that's a pile of crap? We got the haves and the have-nots. That's still what America's all about. And the little people who really think they got something to say about it, you're dreaming. You can be pissed off about that, but you're freaking dreaming. Like, these people really give a crap about what you and I think? They couldn't give a crap less. All those people that are writing out the big checks, all that, those hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars of campaign money, those are the people that they care about, and they're going to make sure they take care of. Here's a mobile in the Grove. Hello.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the election's over with, and to
Right.
carry that.
Right.
I got another issue I like to bring up.
Yes, sir.
2 years ago, a kid got electrocuted at a bus bench.
Uh-huh. Now we got two more.
We got two more.
Uh-huh.
Before that, there's been other people killed.
Right.
There was legislation in Tallahassee, and our local politicians don't believe this, but electricians should be licensed, tested, and licensed before they're out there working on their own, where public safety is addressed. And it's a shame that you look at a light pole or you're walking in the puddle, you're wondering nowadays if you're going to get fried.
Right, exactly.
You know, and
I hate to break the news to the audience, but the president has nothing to do with that. That has to do with the people right here where you live.
Right, I understand that. And there was what's called the La Casa bill that pushed this through the Senate a couple years ago, where we had to have a licensed journeyman to do electrical work under so many helpers. Well, they did away with that, and everybody takes electricity for granted. That, the switch, the plug, it works. But when somebody gets hurt, the lawyers crawl out from underneath the rocks, and they're ready to sue.
Yep.
You know? And I just believe that this is a public safety issue, should be addressed. And that's all I got to say, man. You have a good show. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. Two soulmates were born 3 days apart at South Miami Hospital, didn't meet until they both moved to Nicaragua, and died side by side on the street in Sweetwater. Electrocution victims Edgar Inciarte and Miguel Calajas plan to celebrate their 16th birthdays together next week. Instead, two friends were remembered Wednesday at Edgar's funeral. How do you like that? Huh?
I don't like it.
Yeah, we're frying over here.
Slipshod, shoddy, cheap contract labor.
Investigators typically request that the medical examiner test metal found on electrocution victims. The polarization test showed the direction of an electrical current. Results could help homicide detectives determine whether one or both teens touched the energized pool, touched one another, or just splashed barefoot through charged water. See, one thing about you people in Dade County, and I'm not blaming people who live there who have no choice, but I'm just talking about the powers that be. You can't do anything right. I've always said that, and it's true, and that's one reason I got the hell out of there many, many years ago, and I kissed the ground in Broward. I mean, not that we don't have problems in Broward. We have a lot of old people, a lot of toe jam, a lot of overspilling colostomy bags. We don't have any drainage. I mean, we got our own problems. But Dade County just seems to have a special grasp on not being able to do anything right. Because the politicians in Dade County are all either too busy trying to stay the hell out of jail, or getting the fix in at the airport and everywhere else for all their buddies who are smearing them under the table. But they can't be worried about the goddamn little people. They don't give a crap about these things. And the president's not going to change that. Even though, you know, to a lot of people it was very important, put a lot of energy into it, but the president's got nothing to do with that. And so long as you keep putting the same assholes in there over and over again, and I'll say it again, you can scream about the Cubans all you want, but a majority of the Anglo vote in Dade County this last election went to Mayor Pinga Pequena again, even after Alien, after all the embarrassment, after that whole song and dance with Janet Reno, after all the 8 trillion angry phone calls we had on this show month after month. And they still voted to put him back in again. So as much as I hate saying it for the umpteenth time, the people in Dade County get what they deserve. And then, of course, poor kids like this or poor innocent bystanders who have nothing to say about it, they wind up, getting off in the process. They get caught in the crosshairs. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil Guy.
Yes, sir.
Once again, why is this come as a surprise to anybody? In South Florida, we can screw up a wet dream. We have such a hard time doing anything right.
Mm-hmm.
But I got it. I'm a huge Neely, but I did vote for Bush. I voted with my pocketbook. I felt dirty after I did it. But
well, the pocketbook ain't looking too good right now. I mean, where's that big goose we were supposed to get on Wall Street?
Tell me about it. Forget about the NASDAQ. But I tell you this much: I was damn impressed with Gore's speech last night. If he hadn't kept his personality in a lockbox the whole election, I think things might have been a lot different.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Where was this Al Gore all before the election? At any time?
I mean, it was just like night and day. It was unbelievable. Anyway, looking forward to seeing you at the Pizza Loft, and have a great day.
Okay, and you too. Back to you. 5670560 pound 560. Oh, here's more faxes about this and about that and yada yada. Oh boy. Woo. Just give it a rest. Quit. All you environmentalists out there who are so concerned about the environment, how many trees do we have to chop down to make the fax paper so you can keep wasting it here with stuff that I'm not going to read on the air? I'm not going to read to myself because as soon as I see what it's about, I Schmidt can it. It's not going to change. You can be frustrated. You can be angry. You know what it reminds me of? Like the spilt milk thing. I'll give you a classic example. One night this summer when I'm over there, or I guess it was during the summer. I don't know, maybe it was on this last trip. It's not important when it was. But I'm microwaving some soup in my apartment in Amsterdam. And I've got this big tureen, and I take a big can of soup, and I microwave because it's hard to find, even in the supermarket, there much that's good to eat. So I'm making soup. How bad can soup be? And it gets done, and I take it out, and I take like a spoon to see if it's hot enough. No, and so I take some of it, and I put it into a bowl. And I put it back in the microwave another 30 or 40 seconds. Now I take the bowl out, and now it's really hot. Now I have stairs that go up to the loft we have up above. I have steps that sit right next to the refrigerator and microwave. So I'm going to take the bowl, and because it's so damn hot, now I'm going to rest it on one of the steps till it cools off. Well, oops, I missed. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking to myself, oh, don't drop this, and sure enough, I dropped it. Now I could still be standing there saying, oh, gee, what am I going to do? The carpet? Now. I didn't do that. I got out my paper towels. I got out a couple of schmatas. I cleaned it up, and life goes on. It was a mess, and as it was like with little meatballs in it. I mean, I had like meatballs all over the floor and all this crap. I cleaned it up. I did the best I can. Pretty good if you ask me for an old Jew. And that's it. See, that's one thing I learned a long time ago. If only I would have fill in a blank is not a way to live your life. There's so many people who do that. Oh, if we would have just done, you can't do it over again. You can't turn the clock back and have another shot at it. It doesn't work that way. Oh, if I just wouldn't have driven on that snowy road, well, too late now. If I just wouldn't have taken that damn account.
This is 560 QAM, the Neil Rogers Show, Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Salespeople are iceholes.
17 before 11 at 560 WQM. Happy holidays to you from your good close friends at WQM, and then we have several assholes here too, which they don't care enough to send their very best or worst. At any rate, our poll today is very distressing to me. Not that I want to dwell on it. See, like I said, there's a difference between dwelling on things that happen that distress you or learning from them and storing it away, the information in your memory bank, and then using it at the appropriate time. I have this very, very, very disturbing feeling in the pit of my stomach that a lot of you haven't learned the lesson of what we just went through. Although, you know something? It would seem to me that a lot of the people who say Al Gore should be the candidate, a lot of those are probably Republicans. Oh, yeah. If I were a Republican, I'd love to see him run again. Our poll question today on NeilRogers.com, should Al Gore be the Democratic candidate for president in 2004? No, 23. Yes, 17. I don't care, 12. Disturbingly close, distressingly close. And I sure hope that the yes votes aren't too many of them Democrats. Because if that's the best the Democratic Party can do, then what are you bellyaching about? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
As a matter of fact, not only let's have him run again, let's make sure Lieberman is running with him. Yes, sir.
Hi. I like your show. My name's Jerry. I'm out here. I just wanted to make an observation. I think that all this talk about pregnant chads and hanging chads and ballots is a smokescreen being thrown up to pull the focus off the fact that this election was subverted on November 7th by the media, which reported Florida going for Gore. That was a deliberate act done by some people that knew that northern Florida was going to come in right-wing and that Bush would win. But in reporting it for Gore, they pulled all the Bush voters off and they went home.
Yeah, it was part of a conspiracy. You think it was the Trilaterals or the Bilderbergers this time?
It could have been the Bilderberg, sir.
Okay.
The Bilderberg group.
The Bilderberg, yeah. Or maybe the Illuminati, I think they were in on it?
The Illuminati went out long ago.
Oh.
But that's my observation. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. Call up Henry Kissinger. He was on there again last night. It looked like about 120 years old. Who the hell was that? That wasn't another sales hole, was it?
Oh, no, that was Miguel.
Oh, Miguel. Oh, thank God. We like
promotions director, not capitalized.
See, you're going to get me very, very angry if you're going to get me whipped up about all this internal stuff, which the audience doesn't care about, although you should. Because here's a guy who's doing a great job. He's a good guy, never stole a freight train. Everybody likes him. He's a worker. He's, cares about what he's doing. And they're still screwing him over because it's the Greg Reed / Beasley effing way.
Promotions director in pencil.
Yeah, promotions director in drag. Who works cheap because he's still the flunky. Thanks for all your great assistance on the campaign, Greg, and thanks for that generous donation of $1 when Joe Costello was out there in the QM van that day. Thank you so much, you cheap prick, you. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. It's the holidays when we're supposed to be in that, oh, I guess we don't do that anymore, do we?
No.
Used to be once upon a time that they would say, oh, well, during this time it's the season of good cheer and goodwill toward men and everybody like each other, but we don't do that anymore. Why put on a phony act? Here's the mobile in West Palm Beach. Hello. Mobile in West Palm. Going once. Going twice. What do you expect from people who don't know how to vote? 567-0560. You're not supposed to put the antenna in your rectum. You're supposed to talk in that little thing with the holes in it. No, not that hole. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hollywood?
Yes, sir.
Hi, how are you, sir?
Okay.
This is a long-time listener and a second-time caller, and I just wanted to relate to you that my hobby is flying, and I was talking to a young man from Amsterdam who was learning to fly over here, and he was saying that the taxes in Amsterdam are just outrageous. I wonder if that's going to affect you when you retire.
No, because I don't have. I'm not a citizen.
Not going to be a citizen. Well,
no, I'm not a citizen. I don't work there. I have no income there, and I don't pay taxes there. Thank God.
And the costs are pretty outrageous over there too.
No, not really.
Not really.
Well, it all depends on what you're talking about. Like,
well, aviation is. I know.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it depends on what it is.
Yeah. Well, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. Well, it all depends. I mean, I guess this guy doesn't want me to be too optimistic, but I've been there about 2,000 times, and I have an apartment there now, and I've spent the whole summer, and I'm happy there. I like it. And sometimes good things are worth paying for. No, not that. I'm just talking about the experience of being there. And don't start using that damn commie pinko term, quality of life, because the right-wingers get all upset when they hear that. That's one of their favorites. Oh, yeah. That gets them wild. Quality of life. Those are those commie pinko buzzwords. We know what you're talking about. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. See, now the challenge is here. We have to shift gears again. First, we had to get out of that alien mode. And now we got to get out of the Bush-Gore mode, election gate. I just can't get all that whipped up about it. I mean, I lived through it. I voted. I went through the whole thing. I'm somewhat disturbed by it, but life goes on. I'm waiting to see those arrows going up on the stock market. Are they going up? No, they're both in the negatory position. The Dow is down 47, and the Dow is down 160, and then the Nasdaq's down 47. Now, all these people talking recession now, and yes, there are actually articles, many of them in the newspapers. Many of the economists are talking, oh, we're not going to have a soft landing. We actually will have a recession. Nice going, Alan Greenspan. Too many goddamn interest rate hikes. One or two too many.
Choo-choo.
But wouldn't that be something if Bush gets in there and then says, oh, why the hell did I get this? Well, maybe Gore really wants to come back. Give him a shot. Inheriting a recession. Just like Papa had. Papa's got a brand new recession. Well, he'll straighten it all out. If anybody gives me the confidence of really being astute, of being economically savvy, he's the guy. Isn't he the guy? Can't you look at him and tell him? Here's Miami. Hello.
Oh, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was watching a show last night on the squandered tax dollars on our school system.
Uh-huh.
And it's interesting, but the people don't realize how much taxes we pay to our school system, which is wasting our money.
Yeah.
Had Gore been elected, that would have
Well,
been
guess what, sir? He wasn't. He wasn't. Had Gore been elected. Here's another apologist for let's do away with the Department of Education. And let's stop spending any more money. Yeah, we must be wasting all that money because look at all those textbooks that we got in Dade County, just too many. And look at all those good Quonset huts. What's wrong with those kids? They want to go to school in a real building? What the hell's wrong with them? Asshole. See, I hate to break the news to you. These people that not only want to go and have the election again and want to go back before the election and start making campaign speeches. Save it, Julio. Save it. Your man won. Now let's see what happens, okay? Now the ball is in your court. Let's see if he can do as good as, say, Daddy did. Yeah. Here's Westchester. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, just a quickie one. I just heard about you mentioned the Quonset huts. People here in Florida think the Quonset huts are a normal way to go to school, and that's for kids to go into buildings.
Isn't that great?
I couldn't believe it when I first moved down.
It's like this last jackass who's giving you a song and dance about all the money that we waste. Therefore, let's not spend any more money on education. This guy likes dumb, which is why he's a bushman.
I'd like to know where the $10 billion that they say that went from the lottery to the education went to.
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason
probably for makeup for the Secretary of Bush.
Yeah. The reason I'm really calling is, are you familiar with the term of office the president can serve? If I'm not mistaken, it says 2 consecutive terms. Do you think there's a possibility that...
No, sir. Can't serve more than 2 4-year terms.
Period.
Trust me.
Yeah. I thought it was consecutive terms.
No.
All right. That's what I want to check out.
Okay.
Nice talking to you.
That guy must know Todd Dreck. He was in here again the other day asking me that, about whether Bubba can run again. How many times do I have to tell you, Todd? Number 1, you're an imbecile, and number 2, the answer is no. And thanks for bringing Fat Boy in here. Oh, man. In fact, what we're going to do to try to raise some money, because business, we're going to have a recession maybe, and business is pretty slow, and our sales department ain't selling much as usual. So what we're going to do is we're going to have the QAM menagerie. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to charge like $250 admission, and we're going to put them all behind a cage. Todd Dreck, Fat Boy, and Peter Leonard. Can't you see that? Peter's going to be hopping up and down. Oh, you did there? You said that? Where's my tape? He's going to be jumping up and down like Rumpelstiltskin. Fat Boy's going to be in there. You can show him the peanuts or whatever else you got to eat. And Todd Dreck's going to be spinning around. Oh, Neil, you're great. Oh, and can Bubba run again? I'm serious. We can make a fortune with that. Because the audience thinks that I'm exaggerating again. Believe me, I can't begin. And then we can also have Screw Ann there. I don't want to tell you who she's going to be doing.
Roy!
What she's going to be doing in that cage. Now, this can't be, because it says Cape Coral on there again. This can't be that crusty old... Cape Coral, hello.
Hey, Neil. How's it going?
Okay.
Well, I'm listening on 560, too, by the way, because I can't stand, them chopping up your show and putting stock shows and all this garbage on.
Yeah, even liver has never been chopped up as much as the show on 770.
Now, that guy that called about the exit polls being announced or Gore being announced the winner.
Yeah.
I had a question. Have those polls ever been wrong before?
Yes.
They have been wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
They called California for Kennedy in 1960.
Oh, so it's been 40 years.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't remember every election, or in fact, congressional elections they've been wrong. The presidential election, I'm not really sure, but they have been wrong before.
Okay. And, it's not as if the Bush voters were waiting, like 10 minutes before the polls closed, and decided...
Well, but see, that argument, it works both ways, because there were people who were interviewed who were standing in line to vote for Gore, And when they heard that Florida went to Gore, they also got back in their cars and they went home too. So it cut both ways. People who thought the election was a done deal, they went home. Now they're trying to say, well, you know, the Panhandle is on the Central Time Zone and those people already heard. Well, the fact is, how many votes are there in the Panhandle?
Well, I know some votes that are going to be all Democratic for me in the future.
Okay.
Straight ticket.
There you go.
All right.
Yep. I think that, well, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll see how long the memories are. 567-0560, pound 560. See if we have any women today now that this election thing is all over. Let's talk about bilingualism. Come on, George. Be a sport. Let's let all these women call up and talk about bilingualism and those goddamn people that won't speak English.
Mi lápiz es grande y amarillo.
See, there you go. Yeah, there's another one. God damn it. No wonder he's getting deported. Here's Boca. Hello.
Hey, Neil, you just mentioned the Republicans don't like it when you talk about the quality of life. I've never heard that before. I've been to Europe a couple times, Western Europe, mostly Spain.
Yeah.
I'm considering moving over there myself, but
Sure.
I've never heard that they don't like it when you talk about quality of life.
Oh, to them that's a buzzword. That's a catchphrase of left-wing commie pinkos, quality of life. See, that's the only way they can argue with it, because it just makes so much sense that instead of like making all these unwanted babies and instead of doing all the gross things that they do with our money, that we ought to be worried about quality of life, but they don't. That's bad.
Yeah, because they're not as advanced maybe industrially. They don't have the economy that we do, but they do seem to have a better quality of life. But I've never heard that alludes to socialism.
Well, that's what they will tell you.
All right. Thanks, Neil.
I'll see you there. See you on the other side, pal, where there actually are a few people with a brain. See, and that goes back to that thing with language. I don't want to get started with that again. Why are people so uptight about language? And you want to know why? Because they're parochial. Maybe they went to parochial school.
Xenophobia.
Yeah. Is that in Ohio? Oh, and yesterday I misspoke. Speaking of xenophobia, I misspoke. Actually, I misspoke a lot yesterday. I was at the reading of the article by Maureen Dowd. I apologize for, but you know, it's just one of those things when you're blown up like a bufo toad. Well, I was carrying a lot. I don't know what that was. It's just, I guess, my time of the month. Took a diuretic pill and just squirt. Weigh 6 pounds less today. Oh, Neil lost 6 pounds in one day. That's 100 pounds this week. No, seriously, I was just off my feed. But I said November 22nd, 1960, and you give me a dirty look. I meant, obviously, anybody knew I meant November 22nd, 1963, when Kennedy was assassinated. That's when, That's when the whole thing went down the toilet, and then in 68, they made sure in 68, with a few more bullets. There's no more democracy. There's no more monarchy. You don't have any control of anything, but you keep deluding yourselves and thinking if you put up a wooden sticks like Al Gore that he's going to, bring you to the promised land. It's not going to happen, folks. Not going to happen with these two parties, ever. 5670560. Oh, gee, don't say that, Neil. You're such a party pooper. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Out of town line, 877-785-6345.
This is 560 QAM, Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami, Fort Lauderdale, a Beasley Broadcast Group station, and WQAM.com for the world.
Salespeople are iceholes.
Was the night before Christmas. The whole house was mellow. Not a creature was stirring. Because I had my gun under the pillow. Went up on the roof. I heard something pound. Sprung to the window and yelled, "Yo, keep it down!" When what to my wondering eyes should appear but the dawn of all elves, and 8 friggin' reindeer. With a slap to the snouts and a yank on the mane. He cursed and he shouted, and he called them by name. Yo Tony, yo Frankie, yo Joey, yo Vito, hey Paulie, hey Vinny, hey Rocco, hey Guido. With slicked back black hair and a red silk suit, Don Christopher was here, and he brought the loot. As I drew out my gun and hid by the bed, he flew through the window and slapped me upside the head. What the hell are you doing? Putting a gun on the dog. Now all you're getting is cold, you friggin' moron. Then pointing a finger right up my nose, he twisted his pinky ring, and up the chimney he rolled. Then I heard him yell out what I least expected. Merry friggin' Christmas to all, and you better show some respect.
1101 at 560 WQM, just to put a lid on it. I think what I'm going to do is every hour what we'll do is mention 3 or 4 people that we like or that I like, because if you did it, you just would mention everybody.
Sure.
No, seriously. I mean, Duff's a good guy.
Yeah.
Hank, like Hank.
Okay.
Gildy, you like Gildy. Joe Rose.
Yeah. Well, you don't like Defoe.
Eddie K. Like Eddie. Eddie's a good guy.
I think I've said 2 words to him.
No, but he's a good guy.
Okay.
Boog.
Boog's a good guy.
Even though he's a suckhole sometimes for the organization, but he's a good guy. I like Boog a lot. Did you say
Ken
Boog?
Malden.
Did you hear what I just said? Boog a lot. Ken Malden, one of my favorite people in the whole building. Great guy.
Do you like Boog a lot?
A real Boog a lot.
Boog a lot.
And I guess that's about it. Oh, and well, what's his name? Zoltan. Even though you're right, he don't look that good. But nevertheless, I guess my eyes were bad back then. Well, that's before I got these great new glasses.
They are great, by the way. I haven't spoken enough about
These
them.
are the best glasses that I ever had in my life. Now, why don't they go sell spots to this guy? See, places that I like, places that I love, generally speaking, I mean, I got a few of them on the air. Most of them were here before I came here, thank God. You know, like Pizza Loft and Dry Concepts, people like that. But they can't sell spots to them. In fact, let me even give this guy a plug. I think I already mentioned him on the air once or twice. Great. These are those new titanium frames with the glasses that they weigh like nothing, like about a half an ounce at most.
They look like nothing. All they do is make your eyes look bigger. You don't see the frames or anything.
Yeah, they're great. And it's like a different kind of vision. I mean, like clear as a bell. You can see for miles. Oh, I'm sorry. Now, how come I can't find the guy's card in here when I know it's in here? Okay, I would bet at least $50, $75 of your money that it's in here. Well, here's one of my stripping carts from the trams in Amsterdam.
Oh.
Now, you're probably wondering why I have that in my wallet right now since I'm not going
Well,
like...
you never know.
No, that's not the point. The point is that having that in my wallet psychologically, it's like having these terrible pictures that Al took sitting over here right off to my right, very close by. Having them there, it's like a security blanket. It's like Linus. Just having them around is like something positive. Well, I'll have to dig up the guy because I know I have the card at home and give him it's Omega Eye Care, Eyewear in Coral Springs, something like that. And he's a great guy, and these are good, even though Rimmer did take me there. And they were very expensive, but well worth it. At twice the price. See, there's something I like. Got some people I like. Got glasses that I like. Who's to give me the song and dance that I'm the sour one? Just because we got some salespeople in here who wanted to ruin our day and make a big song and dance and make a big simus. 5, 6, 7. See, I'm trying anything. I don't care. I might just ramble on here the next 4 hours, not take any more calls because I just, you know, I'll give you a good example. Here's a fax that says, what do you say to Hillary for 2008?
No.
Some listener named Jack says, what do you say to Hillary in 2008?
No.
The same thing I say in 2004, 2008, 2025.
No.
That's a joke fax, right?
No, it's not. He's got a little blurb here about the question and answer thing from some newspaper. You know, this is somebody who's serious.
Based on what?
Exactly. See, people are going to say, well, you know, she, in spite of all those polls and everything, she won by 14 points in New York in the Senate. Yeah, she won by 14 points because Gore won by about 30 points. It was a gigantic landslide for Gore in New York. So she just got dragged along on his coattails.
She was running against a nobody.
And she's running against some little Guido that doesn't know up from down. That pissed all the women off there when he, marched up to her and confronted her in that debate like some kind of a little prick.
A goon.
Yeah, like some kind of a little fascist goon. Goon, I said. Don't want to get Al Sharpton upset. Hillary. See, this is what's wrong with you people out there. You're so easily sucked in because it's a name that people know. What qualifications does she have to be president beside the fact that she's a dyke? I mean, but beside that, what has she got?
A sour disposition.
Yeah. And being an ice princess. You think she'd have Janet Reno back in the cabinet again?
Uh-huh.
Or at least in a lockbox?
First, I'm delighted to be here. I am someone who believes strongly that we need to work hard to cut 100,000 federally funded teachers, mostly aimed at elementary schools. That's why I support taking money away from the public schools just when we're getting a big teacher shortage in our country. Secondly, I want to try to do everything I can to not encourage businesses to come and create and keep jobs here. That's why I would lower the minimum wage. I say, why not? Why not? And finally, you know, I ball Fidel Castro from one end to the other. Think about it. I mean, I've been tasting it for years. I mean, for goodness sake.
Okay, thanks, Hillary. Nice going. Stu Gotts, we like him. Mark Eisenberg, he's a good guy.
Absolutely.
What's his name anymore? Pat? In spite of the fact that Joe and Defoe hate him like poison, we like her. Now, I got that right?
Yeah. Psychopath. He's okay. And Pat in accounting, by the way.
Pat in accounting's a good guy. Well, we got to mention him because he gives us our checks.
The new accounting lady whose name escapes me.
She's very nice. See, we got a lot of nice people in this building.
Jenny.
I'm not like, who?
Jenny.
Jenny's very nice. Sweetheart. Right? I already mentioned Tommy. Tommy's a great guy. Michelle. I don't want to leave anybody out. That
You're just doing QAM people, right?
Huh? Yeah, just QAM people. Well, hey, listen, we can do this till midnight because we've got at least 700-800. And, of course, Miguel, we already mentioned him, one of our favorite people in the building, especially mine. But what's there to say? Long list of people we like. Now,
somebody reminded me Bo Camper and Mandich.
Oh, and Mad Dog and Kimba Bo Camper, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah!
Sure.
Our old co-workers from the old building.
Right. That goes back to IOD days. Two of our best close personal friends. Two really good guys. Oh, am I leaving out? See, if I leave somebody out.
It'll come to us.
Oh, you left out Josh Friedman.
Yeah, I did.
And Robert Creeper.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and so did I. Here's a mobile in Fort Myers. Hello.
Good morning.
Buenos dias to you, sir.
Just one quick comment, and that is, I think the only thing that the country could hope to learn from this whole thing is what it's going to feel like to be bushwhacked.
Yeah.
That's basically what we got. We got bushwhacked.
That's it?
That's it.
You called to tell me that?
Yeah. Keep doing a good job.
Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't want to get myself all worked up. Thank you. We got bushwhacked. All right. See, I'm not going to put his name on the list. I don't know what his name is, but no, he's okay. He meant well. He said keep doing a good job. He sucked around a little bit, like most of the callers do, because most of the callers suck around. 9 minutes after 11 at 560 WQAM as we try to do a public service here by it's the holidays. Take a little break, calm down, take a Milltown, whatever it is that you need, and relax. Relax. Life will go on. We're going to have a little bit of a recession. If you got a nice steady income going, that's good because you'll be able to buy stocks. All the stocks will be like $1 a holler, no matter what. GE, GM, whatever, $1 a holler. And then in about a year or two, if we survive it, then we'll all be really rich. That's a good way to rationalize it, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Sure. And, of course, those of you who don't have any more income coming in and have got all your life savings in there, well, you know what they say. 9 minutes after 11 at 560 WQAM.
I am juiced up right now.
Indecision 2000. Some say that the presidential election of the millennium was as phony as a $3 bill. But there is one thing that isn't a phony. The Indecision 2000 collector plates from the Franklin Mint. Each plate depicts the outrageous wranglings of both political parties, captured in a colorful hand-painted porcelain plate. With your first order of a Florida election official holding up a ballot to the light, you'll receive a handsome oak display case. If you decide not to order more plates, the oak display case is yours to keep. Each month you'll receive another Indecision 2000 plate for you to review and to add to your collection. You'll get the Secretary Harris plate, complete with heavy lacquered makeup and scary lipstick, the confusing ballot plate with elderly Jewish voters scratching their head, the pregnant Chad plate, and 21 other hand-painted plates to complete the collection.
The Franklin Mint Indecision 2000 collector plate is just $29.95 each. Have your credit card handy. Operators are standing by.
11:13 at 560. Let's do an office pool here. How many weeks do you think before we get our next woman caller? Because we're not talking about bilingualism, about Alien, and now that this election business is over, that count them out, I guess. Maybe the banana boat lady will call back.
What do you got for free?
Oh, that's right. We have no tickets to give away. Maybe we'll get real lucky and the banana boat lady will call back and say, nah, 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 again. 567, like Robert Creeper. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Got 2 calls left here. Here's Tamarack. Hello.
Hi, Neil. I just wanted to talk to you about our Supreme Court justices.
Okay, good. Okay, here's our last call. Here's Miami. Hello.
Yes. Neil, this is first-time caller, and as an African-American and watching the Supreme Court, looking at this name, Clarence Thomas, you got to pay the devil its due. And Clarence Thomas, knowing that the Supreme Court has split anyway, Clarence Thomas had to pay Bush back.
Yeah, he's just a house nigger now.
That's all he is.
Right. And he is, you know that.
That's all it is, and I hope that people wake up to that. The guy never asked one damn question because the fix was in with him. He had to vote with them. He had to pay the devil's due.
Yeah, but Rehnquist likes him because he gets him the good weed, and it's good for Rehnquist's back pain, so he likes him.
There you go. Thanks, Bill.
Okay, hang in there, pal. This too shall pass, like a bad kidney stone. So anyway, Michael Mayo writes a great column while you're waiting to think about what you're going to talk about here today. Well, I'll get a few calls on there, but I understand it's difficult, putting you under a lot of pressure. Try to, turn the corner a little bit, move on, move forward. Take my advice if you want. If not, go ahead, get all bent out of shape, get psychotic. Start running out in the streets, screaming and yelling and carrying on. Watch Jesse Jackson on there doing all this little dumb poetry, whatever turns you on. I just don't think it's really going to help you out. Probably get your agita all worked up again, your GERD and your IBS and etc. Michael Mayo writes, a pretty good column for a change, Mike. First one this year, I think. A-Rod reels in the dough, fans are on the hook. Lost amid the enormity of Alex Rodriguez's $250 million deal is a fundamental economic question. The question is,
why?
What precisely is the financial justification behind this? Rodriguez is an immensely talented baseball player, but will he pump an additional $252 million in revenue to his team and sport over the next decade?
No.
Upon what rational basis did Texas Rangers owner Tom Hicks decide to unilaterally raise the contract bar so outrageously in a sport that seems hopelessly askew? Maybe Hicks' fat wallet can afford it, but once the ramifications trickle down and around, as they inevitably will, can we? Will baseball and professional team sports as we know then be able to survive? Perhaps this sounds alarmist, but the doomsday sign should be all around. Look at all those empty seats at all those new arenas around town. People are asked to pay too much for too many meaningless games and too much mediocrity. Joe fan is getting disgusted with all of this, and once he's tapped out of cash or finds a more satisfying way to spend it, he'll be Joe X fan, and then what happens? This is not to begrudge Rodriguez his good fortune, but it simply doesn't appear to make sense. People who say athletes are entertainers and deserve to be paid as richly as Jim Carrey and Oprah Winfrey miss a basic point. Carrey makes $20 million a picture because his movies usually gross well over $100 million. Winfrey has made hundreds of millions from her syndicated talk show because stations made even more from it from advertising they sell during it. But baseball and other professional sports have usually shown little regard for basic economic rules. Maverick owners are often willing to spend more than they take in because they can afford to cover the losses, or they've been allowed to get away with it in the form of government handouts for stadiums, sweetheart deals that basically are a license to print money. And for all they complain about needing a salary cap, they just can't help themselves when a new toy like Rodriguez becomes available. Now that $250 million is suddenly the going rate to salve a superstar's ego, double the previous high, who's going to eventually pay for all those who line up next? Exactly how much do they think fans are willing to pay for a ticket? Exactly how much do they think TV partners will keep paying in the age of plummeting ratings? Exactly how much corporate largesse in the form of luxury suites and naming rights fees do they think they can count on in an age of declining stock prices and a possible recession? Exactly how much more from taxpayers will they want to enable this lunacy to continue? It's alarming that an owner has shown he's willing to invest more for one player's services for a decade than in infrastructure that would last his team 40 years simply because he's never been forced to pay his own for his infrastructure, unlike 99% of private businesses. It is logic defying that owners now pay more for one player than an entire new franchise. Let this be a lesson to those who'd like to use public funds to help John Henry build a new stadium for the Marlins. A new stadium doesn't guarantee competitiveness in the current climate. Only insanity does. Look no further than Seattle for a cautionary tale. The citizens helped pay for a high-tech Safeco field, which ran $100 million over its expected cost, and the Mariners have since lost Randy Johnson, Ken Griffey Jr., and Rodriguez. They made it to the playoffs last season, but what does it say that a team with a new stadium can't afford to retain any of its superstars? It says baseball is headed over a cliff. It should no longer be anybody's duty, civic or otherwise, to support this madness. This means no more public dollars for stadiums, not when they're helping the salary bar climb exponentially. That means no more blind allegiance to reckless sports and teams. That means it might be time to start reading more good books and get our spectator thrills at the local high school game. The Chicken Littles have clucked loudly in the past, whether it was Joe DiMaggio getting $100,000, Nolan Ryan getting $1 million, or Kevin Garnett getting $125 million. This time the sky might really be falling because $252 million shatters the ceiling. The only justification will be if there are enough suckers out there willing to foot the bill. The owners are counting on you. Nice going, Michael May. I'll give him a triple for that one. and he's halfway to home plate. Nice going, Mike. Most of that's stolen from this show yesterday, but he always does that. And how many years ago did this fat old Jew sitting here in this chair, did I tell you that they're killing the goose that laid the golden egg? I told you that long ago. And it just keeps getting worse. Manny Ramirez signing for, what was it, $100 million, $20 million a year with the Red Sox. That seems to be the new going thing. At least $20 million a year for a freaking baseball player. Oh, yeah. Well, you know, those jock straps, sometimes they chafe. Here's a mobile in Vero Beach. Hello.
Yes, Neil, good morning. Mick
Yes, sir.
Smith here. I agree with you. That's 4 stars for Michael Mayo there.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I
correct.
give him an
sir.
inside the park homer for that one.
Absolutely correct. I just wanted to call and talk to you about something more important. Hockey, sir.
Yes?
Can you tell me about your Leafs with Sundin and possibly Lindros?
Lindros is not coming. What do they need him for? They scored 7 goals again last night. What do they need him for? They scored 38 goals in the last 7 games. What do they need him there for? To mess up the whole chemistry?
Well, maybe for the playoffs.
No thanks.
No?
No.
Because Sundin disappears in the playoffs.
No thanks.
No?
No.
Oh, well. I tried.
Toronto 7, Pittsburgh 4, last time I checked.
Oh, and I like Pittsburgh, too.
First place in the Eastern Conference, Toronto Maple Leafs, 40 points.
That's very correct.
38 goals in 7 games. Go Leafs, go. Go Yannick Perreault. That's what I say. And unloading Dimitri Kristich. Nice going there, Pat. Yeah. And Bill Waters. Good move. Even though he did okay in Washington, I wish him no harm. He just sucked with us. Nice going. Those Maple Leafs, boy, they're really doing it. Of course, don't tell Michael Russo that. He thinks they're not one of the top 40 teams in the league. Have we got some sports writers in this town? Like I said, nice going, Mike Mayo. I'm going to frame that one, I think, compared to the usual swill that we read in both of our local papers. The usual propaganda. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
Alex Rodriguez is hung like a horse.
Yeah, that's what Defoe was telling me.
That's the way. That's the reason he gets paid so much money, buddy.
By the inch, okay. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT, unlike the Olindo Mare, the kicker for the Dolphins. Remember Joe Costello said he went to school with him, he's hung like a butterfly. He said he sure can't kick it, but you'd think if he could kick it, it would probably be a little bit longer. Maybe he's like an acrobat like Ron Jeremy. Maybe he's triple jointed. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Did I have a lady on there or did she go away?
Yeah, that's only her 4th time.
What do you mean?
She calls. I put her on hold. She hangs up. Rinse and repeat.
So in other words, she's got no time to wait for me, is that it?
That fucking bitch.
Well, too bad. Here's a mobile in Hollywood. Hello.
Hello there. How are you, Neil?
Okay.
Number one, I agree with you what you just said about baseball. I read that article and I thought it was right on, but that's not why I called.
It's all over.
I'm a registered Democrat, voted for Gore, but I had some comments on the election. I live in eastern Fort Lauderdale, fairly affluent neighborhood. We have the same voting machines that are maligned everywhere else around the country. I didn't feel there was a problem with them. Also, when I punched out my ballot, I didn't know I had to do this, but I did check to see that the little yellow Chad, which I never heard of the word Chad before, was missing. And so I knew that I didn't have any pregnant ballots. I knew that my ballot was.
So what's the point? In other words, you're smart and everybody else is dumb. Is that what you're telling me, sir?
Well, I'm saying that other people are less careful. And I find out later it's my responsibility to have checked my ballot, which I didn't do.
Sir,
my vote made it. I may be a hanging
rather than rehash the obvious, which is that some people, for whatever reason, in fact, everybody, including your Republicans, are now saying that the vote-o-matic machines have got to go. They have got lots of problems and they've got to go.
I agree with you, but I'm saying it was my responsibility to do it right.
Okay, well, I'm glad you did it right. I'm glad you're smart and we're dumb. Thank you. Republicans smart, everybody else dumb. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon. Still no ladies, I told you. They don't even want to talk about bilingualism in those goddamn Cubans. It was Cubans! I already had one fax about, if the Cubans tell them this about Castro, and they just did the same thing with the election here, they, I'm so embarrassed for so many of you out there who are so obsessed with your hate. Just filled with hate, just brimming with it. So when people keep asking about how come the people here are so nasty and they're unfriendly and the driving is so uncivilized, it's very obvious is that people here, just like I was talking about spilling the soup on the floor, they dwell on stuff and it festers. They feed on it. They feed on hate. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello. Mobile in Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, yeah, Neil, I'm
yes,
sorry.
Sir. Oh, jeez.
Good.
Neil?
Yes.
In reference to the Rodriguez deal, from what I understand was the deal was arranged in the fact that the owner of the Texas Rangers wanted to put in cable network, and Fox said, no, we'll give you $250 million if you don't put in cable network. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
What does that mean?
What it means is that $250 is not coming out of anybody's pocket except Fox, who was paying off $250 million.
Where did you read that?
I think it was in the either on the internet the other day. That was where I saw it.
Okay, great. Well, let's thank Fox for screwing everything up, which they're very good at. Remember that glowing puck, anybody?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. No, seriously, everything that Fox touches, it turns to crap. Instant processed crap, because that's all Rupert Murdoch. Just like that news network, that fascist news network of theirs, with that Bill Don't Call Me Heinrich Himmler O'Reilly and all those other fascists they have on there. I really do believe Rupert Murdoch is the Antichrist. At the very least, the Chupacabra. Oh, see, there he goes again with that stuff, pandering to those spics again. Yeah, Rand. Why are you so uncivilized? Why are you so hostile? Why do you like generalize? I'm going to say it again. If you want to generalize about French Canadians, you'll get no argument from me. That's the only group of people in the world that I'll generalize about, because it's true, with my own personal experience. I'm sure somewhere there might be a nice French Canadian. Somewhere. Like Yannick Perreault. There you go, for the Maple Leafs. He's a good guy. One of my favorite players. Leads the league again in winning face-offs, even though he was hurt for a month. Nice going there, Yannick, baby. See, look at that. This goes to show it's the holidays. Even Neil is fighting nice frogs out there.
This is 560 QAM, the Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Salespeople are iceholes.
Oh, gee, we missed an opportunity to hear Drew Lieberman whining, which they just had on CNN. And the instant that I came back on there, he had disappeared. He was extra whiny today, and he said, the wonderful accomplishments of Al Gore. Oh, get out of here. See, there was selfishly, but some would say probably intelligently, selfishly he covered his ass by running again in Connecticut, and now he's still in the Senate. Because in the back of his mind, he's thinking to himself, there's no way in the world that Gore's going to win this thing with a Getchke like me on the ticket. So I better cover my ass and stay in the Senate. And he was right. Another facts about the election, and will people remember, will you people give it a freaking rest? There are two things I want you to make your New Year's resolution right now. Give these two things a rest, and I know you won't do it with either one. But you'd live another 10 years if you would do it. Number one is this election, and number two are the Cubans. No, it's not just, the Cubans, they're the ones that put this guy in. If you went out and found human excrement on your front lawn, you would be sure that some Cuban did it. Positive.
Cuban excrement.
Yeah, Cuban excrement. God, talk about a one-note frickin' town. It just, where's those pictures of Amsterdam again? Here they are. Just trees and cobblestone. Don't fall on it. 5, 6, 7. And you know something? I'm discovering why, with all this internal stuff I got, sitting in this chair, it's like, I don't want to get started on this chair again, but it's like I'm literally, all my kishkis are like squeezing together. Like this. I'm like the hunchback of the Rue de Notre Dame. Yeah. Pull that mic up like this and sit up straight like a man. Attaboy. There you go. And let your kishkis breathe a little bit. I'm like squashing all my innards by sitting in this chair 4 hours a day. Even Screwan said, why can't you do it like Greg, standing up? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello. I'd like to talk about the election. In terms of Georgia...
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Out-of-town lines are open. Still no ladies. Now, that lady from Stewart I saw was on there. Is that the same one? Oh, that was a different one. All you women out there that all of a sudden got so busy, it's just, I'm sorry. Sorry we can't get to you right away and cancel all the commercials and everybody else just to get to you right away, because we know that your don't stink. Here's a mobile in Miami Beach. Hello.
Yeah, hello, hi, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Yes, sir.
Okay, are there going to be any investigations, grand jury investigations on Martin County?
Here's a mobile in Coconut Creek. Hello.
Yes, hello, Neil. How are you?
Okay.
Listen, Neil, I was watching the Panthers last night, and was it my imagination, or did they look better?
They played great last night.
I thought they had a little spark and a little jump in there.
The best they played all season long. Again, but the problem is, two problems. Number one, they were playing a team that is really in a coma, especially at home. And number two, they still had to, they blew the lead twice. They had to settle for a tie.
Yeah, well, what else is, how do you think that's all going to play out, Neil?
How's it going to play out? Until they get a new owner, nothing's going to play out.
Nothing.
It's going to
go on.
It's just a question of how many people are going to get fed up and how small the crowds are going to have to get before they're finally forced to do something.
I mean, I go to those games and it's half empty. It's unbelievable.
Well, you ain't seen nothing yet.
It's going to get worse. You're right. Well, look, if they play like last night more, maybe.
But you're forgetting something. The best games they've played, like the game in Toronto and the game last night, most of the good games they played this season have been on the road. Their play at home has been, for the most part, abysmal, which I think is a compliment.
Yeah.
Tragic.
You ain't kidding. Well, let's hope it gets better. It can't get much worse.
Okay.
Listen, I don't want to talk about the election. I don't even want to hear about it.
Good.
Okay. Have a great day, Neil.
And you too. It's over. What? Martin County, are we going to do this? We're going to file any more lawsuits? It's all over. He conceded last night. Very nice job. He looked like a human being. He had a little bit of warmth. He had a pulse. And then George W. came on in front of the Texas House there, and yada, yada, yada. And he seemed, said some of the right things. Somebody wrote him a decent speech. And that was it. You whiners out there, wah, wah, wah. I think some of the Bush people have got a good point. And by the way, George, where's our macaroni and cheese?
Well, I got the cheese.
Here's a mobile in North Miami. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say it's over, thank the Lord or whoever.
Mm-hmm.
And you did a great job. I'm very happy to be in a country where we allow people like you to get up there and express your views. And I'm excited. I really like that. But I got my boots on, and I'm going marching.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. I'm waiting for a woman to call. We'll put her right on. Maybe even the banana boat lady. Get her right on right away. Come on. Not that I want to put her ahead of all these other people. That's not fair. But I just out of curiosity, because I wonder if they can meet the Neil Rogers challenge. You think they can do it?
No.
I doubt it. Come on, a woman with something to say, not about Cubans and not about the election. Anything. Huh? That opens up a lot of territory. 5670560, pound for just one, just out of curiosity, see if they can meet the challenge or if they're going to just act as I predicted before. Was that a woman? No. Oh, that's right, they can't get through. Oh, and line 5 is still... I'm sitting here giving the numbers out.
Duff, get off this instant.
Like I said, we used to like Duff a lot, but... And then that George Corso, you forgot to mention him. Oh, yeah, we like, what's his name? Whatever happened to him, our other engineer? What's his, Julio?
Julio.
Is he still around?
Yeah.
Haven't seen him in a coon's age.
He's around.
Oh. Hey, Julio, line 5 still don't work. I just mentioned it in passing, Father Paranoia. Here's Boca. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
Great.
Calling about the election, but I'm just going to follow up on the fellow that called about the $252 million that Fox Sports Net paid. In that same article, they talked about the Yankees charging $33 for an upper deck seat this coming season.
Right.
$33.
And the Yankees get such big bucks. Well, first of all, they own MSG, or MSG, whatever way that works, and they get a fortune for their broadcast rights, like 8 million times more than anybody else.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But I got a suggestion, Neil, as far as the election. What do you think of this? Why don't we move Election Day to Veterans Day? It's a day off. It's a veteran.
No. Why don't we just make Election Day a holiday, whatever day it is? What's wrong with that?
I'm all for that. But boy, you could combine two things and kill two birds with one stone. The vets would be they're fighting for our freedom anyhow, right to vote. Let's make it all one day and be done with it.
Okay, it's a done deal.
Thanks, man.
Okay, you're welcome. Show. 5670560. We got a woman on there yet? Come on, let's see if they can do it. Can't do it, can you? The cat's got your tongue. You want to know why? Because you're one-dimensional. We got one? How many fingers were you just holding up? 6. Oh, I see. Is this a lady?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Hi.
Shocking.
I'm up in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida on a mobile phone.
Well, that's great.
I need to ask you a Panthers question. How about that?
Uh-huh.
First off, when are they going to get rid of the Murray brothers?
Not till they sold the team.
Okay. And when are they going to stop stroking Robbie Niedermeyer and trade him?
As soon as they find those pictures he's got hidden away of Bill Torrey with a billy goat.
He stinks.
That's correct.
He is absolutely worthless.
Uh-huh.
and they keep paying them, and they keep trying to boost them up and say great things about them, and it's like, you got to be kidding.
Even Robert Spala, I noticed Terry Murray was on his post-game mortem the other night and said, talking about how somebody asked him how good Spala's playing. Spala's a disaster.
Isn't he dead?
Even Santa Claus won't be giving away as much this Christmas as Spala gives away on a nightly basis in each game.
I mean, I'm just horrified at how the team's doing, and I mean, I'm still a fan. I still watch the games, but Niedermeyer, he can't even speak when he's on camera.
Yeah,
he's
don't forget big number 8, who's the big fan favorite. Another stupid penalty last night.
Oh God, I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. And I mean, I have 2 toddlers. I'm almost thinking that my 4-year-old would be better than Robbie.
Sign him up.
Yeah. Anyway, have a wonderful day.
And I guarantee you'll play a lot cheaper too.
Oh, that's for sure.
Have a good one.
I'll put him out there.
Thanks for answering the challenge.
Oh, my pleasure. You have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye-bye. See, there's a nice lady. See, there's some nice ladies out there. I bet you here's another one on 4. Hello. Lady in Miami.
Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
How you doing?
Okay.
I have an American Airlines story.
Uh-huh.
I recently went with my husband to the Caribbean. After 2 aborted takeoffs, we went back to the gate, and they held us hostage on the plane for over 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
My husband and I are both diabetic.
Oh, boy.
So about 2 hours, I asked the stewardess for something to eat or drink because she brings us a glass of water.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was so upset.
Yeah.
So finally, after 4 hours, we take off. Everything's fine. I wrote to American Airlines telling what a horrific experience I had. They sent me a $100 voucher.
Wow.
For a next trip.
Well,
I sent it back. I said, no thanks. Stick it up your ass.
Tell them to wipe their ass with it, right.
I'll never go on it again.
Tell them to wrap up one of those hand grenades with it.
Thanks, Neil. You're the best.
Okay, no more American. Just say no. See, there you go. Another horror story. American Airlines. There's another deal. Have they ever straightened that thing out at the airport?
No.
No. See, that's another thing. There's no follow-up in this town. I remember Hank was talking about it. I was talking about we were giving high marks to the Herald, actually, which for us is unusual, for that big investigative thing on the airport and all the scandal in Mayor Pinga Pequeña's friend. But there's never any follow-up. There's no follow-up in it. And speaking of no follow-up, how about that story about the cops and the young hookers? See, I don't understand you people. I just don't get it. There's no outrage. Nobody gives a crap. They want to scream, oh, chads and hanging ballots, all this other bullcrap. But in the meantime, here are young girls, 16 years old and who knows how old, minors. And the people you're paying your tax money to protect you, people in law enforcement, the same people who arrest people every day with their decoy prostitutes out there on Biscayne Boulevard and Federal Highway, they're running a hooker ring down there with young girls. And cops from every police force in Dade County, so we were told at the time, are going down there and getting their rocks off. Banging underage 6. No follow-up from the media. Nobody except me. Nobody cares. And life goes on. So let me ask you one thing, George. What are we going to do about those Cubans?
This is 560 QAM.
Ooh, frosty nads.
Look at me, I'm all in pain. We hit every store from here to Maine. You love to shop and you drag me along to the mall. Hey, baby. Can't be stopped, get something to eat. Can't see my toes with these swollen feet. This stuff is heavy, can't we go put some of it in the car? Hey, baby. Well, if Lady Luck is on my side, all of her cash I'd go and hide. I take a credit card and max them out. This would finally end when there's no more to spend. Cause she shops, oh baby, till she drops, she drops. Drive me crazy, take me on these shopping trips, and they never end. I don't know why she can't go with a friend. She shops, I'm wasted after the first store. She shops, oh thank God it's almost 9. Please assure assure me that this ball is going to close on time.
Okay, so Joe Rizzoli says don't mention him on the air and et cetera. Okay, we won't mention Joe Rizzoli and Roth Office Supply. Did you ever get one of these pens?
Yeah.
These are the best. What are you talking about, Neil? Did you get more free stuff? Sure, that's what it's all about. That's why we come in. We sure don't come in to see if the salespeople here, I'll tell you that. Man, are you recovering yet from that? I'm still steaming. I'm still foaming at the mouth from that unnecessary episode this morning.
Oh, I find it comedious.
Oh yeah, there certainly are comedious aspects to it, but it just frosts my big fat old pimply ass that a spastic goofball like Peter Leonard is in there, bossing you around and in here demanding things. Who the hell is he besides a spastic asshole? Man, he should kiss the ground that we even let him in this goddamn room. Here's a lady mobile in Miami. Hello.
Comedious is not a word, by the way.
Well, we just made it up. It is now.
How are you, Neil?
Good.
I've listened to you since I was 3, and I dread the day that you retire.
Oh, it's coming soon.
Please don't say that. Take me with you, Neil.
Less than 4 years and counting real fast.
I'll peel your grapes for you. I'll do whatever it takes.
4 years is a long time. Do you have any idea how long that is?
Don't say that. 4 years, no.
I do have these nice photos of Amsterdam in my hands right now that Al Goldstein took.
Oh, don't even joke that way, man.
Okay.
Listen, one thing I'm not going to talk about the election, and I'm not going to talk about Cuba, but, I am a woman, so if you have any free stuff, no, I'm kidding. I don't want any free stuff. I am upset that the Gore campaign didn't affiliate themselves with Clinton, because I think that that's the reason we lost the election.
Uh-huh.
Because he didn't have the...
Well, he got bad advice all the way around. I mean, somebody gave him this Jew Lieberman idea, and that's all he needed. That was the end right there.
I don't think that really was a major factor, but if Clinton...
Oh, yes. How can you say that?
I think if Clinton would have stumped for Gore, he's doing good now. Everybody loves him. Everybody's saying now that he's led a great...
How can you say that Lieberman didn't have any impact? Have you? How much? Besides being here, how much have you been around the Deep South?
No, you're right. I haven't been in contact with those rednecks. But I mean, Quayle. Look at Quayle. I don't think a vice president has that big of an effect, even if he is a Jew. But anyway, that's just my personal opinion. I'm disappointed because I think Gore could have gotten it over the top if...
Could have and should have, but he blew it.
He would have had to call him to say, you know what, I don't care about Clinton's personal life and his morals, but he's been a great president.
I agree. But I always told you Gore couldn't win a fixed election. This one was fixed, and he didn't win it. Have a great day, sweetheart.
You too, baby. I love you.
Okay, thanks. 5670560. Is it a little warm in here, George, or what?
Yeah, Tad.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, boy, am I getting old, I'll tell you. It's really sitting in this chair. That's what does it. This chair is killing me. It only took me 3 years to figure that out. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Come on, let's hear from somebody in Fort Myers today. What do you say? You want to hear from somebody? Let's not hear from somebody over there. Or maybe the old coot up there in Cape Coral. Pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Yeah, right. Here's the line 3, somebody. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Listen, I'm an elementary school teacher here in Overtown, and I just wanted to really I'm here listening to you, and I wanted to just touch on or agree with you as far as saying, it's time to just let go and move on. I mean, it's very interesting. This morning, after the morning announcements went off, I normally let my kids do their journal writing, but today it was just so funny because they got into a very heated discussion as far as the election results, as far as Bush and Gore, and you can just see how everything is just divided. No matter what happens, even my fourth grade students say, hey, you know what? Something was not right.
Mm-hmm.
Bush.
Something smells wrong.
Exactly, just like that. So, and I let them go on with this for about maybe 15 minutes, and then finally somebody said, you know what? Enough of this. We can't change this. It's time to just move on. Let's just move on.
I said about crying over spilt milk, what's the point? What's it going to accomplish?
Exactly. So, everyone just needs to go ahead and, just put the past in the past, look forward, and just control what you can control.
And get a life, right.
That's right.
Okay, thanks, pal.
All right, buddy.
Excellent advice. Right there's the word right from the horse's ear, man. He's got his finger on it. Just let's move forward. Yeah, that was pretty interesting, that one before that I dumped. Ain't gonna work. Probably one of his buddies, since he has so many. Or maybe it was from the inside. 567-0560, pound 560. What?
I think it was him.
You do?
He's good at those voices. Don't we hear him all the time?
Why don't you get the tape out? I want it now. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing this morning?
Okay.
Great. Listen, I'm not calling. I don't want to talk about the election.
Good. Oh, thank God. Hallelujah.
Yeah, I lost my interest in it about the same time you did. It's time to wrap it up. I hear everybody calling. Let's not cry over spilt milk. Everybody keeps saying.
No, I'm the one that keeps saying that.
Well, you know what? Everybody's saying that, not just us. What we really need to do now at this point is everybody needs to look ahead 2 years from now. When the voting starts up again, we need to make sure that we do the right thing then, and all the idiots that screwed up this time, didn't vote right or voted for the Nader or whoever they did and screwed this election up. We need to make sure we do it right again in 2 years and again in 4 years.
Well, the good news is it says in our paper this morning, so it must be true, officials moved swiftly on punch card options, getting rid of these archaic punch card ballots and getting into the at least the 20th century, much less the 21st, and starting to get so that if people do get involved and do come out in 2 years, then maybe their vote might count this time.
Absolutely. I mean, we all knew that was going to come, but the big thing here is that all the idiots that didn't get out there and vote, they need to get off their ass in 2 years and vote all the Republicans they can out of office and just do the right thing. Let's go out there and show them, we'll be a powerhouse again. I really don't think in 4 years that the Republicans are going to have a leg to stand on. I mean, after all of this stuff here, they're going to screw this election up like they already did, and then they're going to screw their 4 years up, and after that this will be their last stand in
Okay.
power, I think.
See ya.
All right, take care.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, did anyone comment on how Terry Murray just single-handedly tried to lose the game last night?
Meaning what? He didn't try to lose the game. They had nothing to lose. They
All right,
had a point.
we're in overtime. He measures the stick,
Sir,
which is okay.
Sir, let me say it to you again. As much of a critic of him as I be, that was a pretty gutsy move because they had nothing.
No, that's not it. That's not what I'm talking about. That was okay. After that, who does he put in the penalty box?
Pavel Bure. Yeah, I don't
Pavel
understand.
Bure.
I don't understand that either because first of all,
let me finish. Let me finish.
Can I say something and then I'll let you finish?
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll listen.
Yeah, listen. It's a game where you're only going to get a point if you win. It's out of the division. He puts Pavel Bure instead of 20 other guys in the penalty box. And who does he put on the ice? Svela and Niedermeyer. He can't win a draw, and he can't stop a puck.
Well, he wanted to challenge Trevor Kidd. He wanted to see if he could live up to the challenge, and thank goodness he did, yeah.
Well, someone should mention this because here we got a coach, not only can't we win, he does everything to make sure we can.
But not only that, but when you got so few guys on the ice, it's a 4-on-3 now at that point. And you think that Bure, who does go out to kill out of penalties, he's good at it, you think that you want him out there because, let's say, the puck gets deflected. Here's a guy, get a breakaway and win the game in overtime maybe.
And you got nothing to lose.
Right.
Try this one, Neil. What if they would have gotten a penalty against Detroit and it would have went back to even sides? You got Bure in the penalty box. No sense at all.
Right.
The guy is a loser. We got to get rid of him.
Well, we're just waiting. I mean, the fact that he's one of the 7 wonders of the world, but when the owner of the team keeps telling us, you have to wait until I sell it. I mean, he's not really saying that, but that's what the real deal is. Until I'm going to do something, what can I tell you?
It's disgusting.
Good luck to us, pal.
Thank you.
And bye-bye the Murray boys. Now, he's right. I mean, I do give him credit for at least having the balls of measuring the stick and maybe getting an advantage there. But of all the people that put in the penalty box, why Pavlov, man? Who's that Pavel Bure they keep talking about? Don't get me started. Don't get me started. And the prospective new owners who are getting sucked in like John Henry, who may buy the Panthers, not that I want to discourage anybody because we need a new owner bad, like tomorrow, like yesterday. But, boy, they're going to get sucked into another sour deal. Oh, but we got the All-Star game coming, man. Great. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon, what is it?
I must be crazy. I must be nuts.
Verizon wireless line. Yeah, I think you're right. We better check that tape later on. And I want it now.
After I doctor it.
I want the tape now. Yeah, don't be doctoring that tape up. I should tell the whole, well, I'll wait till the fallout. I will tell the whole story on the air. What a slimeball, what a scumbag we're dealing with down there in the sales department. See, and instead of really getting to the bottom of it and finding out what the problem was with that account and then coming in like a mensch and saying there's a problem, what's the real deal, comes up here and right away he's starting a big song and dance, doesn't even know what the real story is. And comes up here pointing at everybody in general and me in particular. Oh, you're taking $80,000 out of my you're out of my pocket. Yeah. Well, I'm all choked up. In fact, that's what when they hired me here, they told me, we hired you so that you could put money in Peter Leonard's pocket. That's what you're doing here. We don't care about the show. We don't care about the ratings. We don't care about the audience. We don't give a crap about you. We just hired you so you could come in here and put money in the salespeople's pocket.
This is 560 QAM. Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami, Fort Lauderdale. A Beasley Broadcast Group station. WQAM.com for the world.
Daddy, when are you going to give George his bonus?
New at Denny's. It's an all-new breakfast menu. Oh, here you go, lady.
What's this? It's delicious.
That's the Wham Bam Thank You Slam.
The Wham Bam Thank You Slam?
That's what I said.
That's disgusting. It's tasteless.
Yo, lady, just swallow it.
But I don't want to swallow it.
The all-new Wham Bam Thank You Slam.
That's disgusting.
Get slammed at Denny's.
Oh.
Crop note at 560 WQM. Here's a fax from, it says a female, one of the most illiterate faxes I've ever gotten in my life. Almost every word is misspelled. When you walk about winning, whining, W-I-N-I-N-G, and this is unbelievable. It says, I wrote to you yesterday and you assumed I was a male. I'm not, I'm female. Well, it's kind of hard to tell by your typing. And it's all about voting this and about the ballot and about this and it says, and yes, Neil, if you're able to vote, it is because you're an American citizen and you should speak enough English to at least perform that privilege. I rest my case. That's all, 80% of the women in this town, that's all they know about is you better damn well speak English and they hate you like poison if you can't speak either enough or well, etc. The way they like it.
In the 14th Amendment or the 20th that you have to speak English to vote.
No, that's in the First Amendment. You have freedom of speech, but only in English. Yeah. I am so sick and tired of people like that. They make me want to do a big fat pile of duty right in the hallway out there, right down there on Peter Leonard's desk. Man, I don't get it. It can only come back to one thing: hate, xenophobia, intolerance, stupidity. Get on a plane and go somewhere in a real world, lady. You get out of your little goddamn lockbox. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes?
A few minutes ago you mentioned about with the new voting equipment going into the 20th century, much less the 21st. Don't start that again, because everybody knows we're not there for another 18 days.
Oh, yeah, that's right, yeah.
Don't start it.
Okay.
Oh, and about Gore in 4 more years. I say...
No, as a matter of fact, we should start that again. It'll kill a whole show. I'm glad you reminded me.
I say, yes, Gore in 4 years, but not Al. Vidal.
Gore Vidal. Now you're talking. Got my vote.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thanks.
Bye.
Okay, Gore Vidal and Jesse Ventura. Quien es más macho? Well, it's 201. 201 votes on our poll so far. Should Al Gore be the Democratic candidate for president in 2004? We got 96. And we got 61. And I'm hoping that most of those 61 are Republicans who are just praying that the Democrats are dumb enough to put him in there again. I don't care, 43. Oh, in fact, I kind of respect the 43 who say I don't care at this point. Good for you. Let's get on to some important crap if we ever figure out what that is. I already did figure out what it is. Sitting like upright in this chair like a real man and bringing this mic. I've been squeezing my kishkis for 3 years up here in this studio, in this make-believe studio of ours. Here's a call from Johnson City, Tennessee. Hello.
Hey, Neil. This is John from Miami. I came up to Tennessee to see my mom.
Yes, sir.
Boy, I'm just tired of this garbage, man. I can't believe he stole this election.
It's all over, though.
Yeah. I'm glad that it's over, but... I'm just tired of
Anybody who ever said that George W. couldn't win a fixed election, well, guess what? Surprise.
That's for sure. And everybody, a lot of people I talk to feel the same way. They're just disgusted by the whole thing. I think the idea of unity after this is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is one of the most divisive things.
Sure, it cut the country right down the middle. It cut the court right down the middle. I mean, what can I tell you?
And I'm surrounded by yahoos, and even the yahoos think that he stole it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
well, tell all those yahoos up there in Tennessee, thanks for throwing away your 11 electoral votes so that we had to get this embarrassment in Florida.
That's what I told them. They're all upset about it, and I said, well, it's your state. I mean, you didn't even vote for the guy.
Yeah. Of course, maybe if he would have campaigned there a little more, except when he got desperate toward the end, maybe he would have won it.
We can only hope.
Okay, have a great day, sir.
Thanks. Bye.
Good luck to you. Johnson City, Tennessee. How do you like that?
Oh!
Yeah. We're big in Johnson City. Not too big in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach, and definitely not too big over in, Collier County and Lee County. Oh, it's so easy to forget. 567-056. Why do you keep picking on those people over on the West Coast, Neil? Because they deserve it. And they like it. They're into it. Here's a lady in Fort Myers. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you're right. They do deserve it over here.
Nose pickers.
I'm just passing time. I want to tell you that I first lived out of this country in 1983 when I was 17.
Mm-hmm.
And what are you doing? My daughter just left the tub out. And when I came back, what it took for me to live out of the country to get a better perspective of America.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized when I was over there that what I wanted to do was whenever I had a child, I wanted to have a child with someone else from outside this country. So if things got really bad here, they wouldn't have to grow up here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what I did.
Good move.
And my daughter has dual citizenship, and, I feel like...
What country?
England.
Oh.
So, my thinking was that they've got socialized medicine over there, so if nothing else, she could get health care.
Mm-hmm.
And plus, the fact that they... Hold on, baby. They require that you read the Communist Manifesto in high school. It's required reading.
Mm-hmm.
And, I think with that, you get a better perspective. Not like school here.
Yeah. The young people in Europe are so much better educated than the people here, and most of them speak English fluently almost no matter where you go. I mean, even of course, except England, because they can't speak the way we do. But it's shocking.
This one's like screaming. But I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
I said she's upset about the election. Have a great day, sweetheart.
Yes.
Okay.
Bye.
Say hi to the Queen. Well, those Brits, I told her, they get drunk and they make a lot of noise. Too much pablum. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. And you do realize, I've mentioned this before, I'll say it again, that so many people from this country, they travel abroad and they go to England. Why? Because they speak English there, or so we think. And because these people are so afraid of going into another country. Oh, they don't speak our language. What am I going to do? How am I going to get by? Very, very scary to me. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I'd like to talk about one of the most dangerous enemies the United States has.
Yes, sir.
The Federal Reserve System.
Oh, boy.
Let me tell you something.
Uh-huh.
The Federal Reserve System, as many of your listeners may not know, is a privately owned corporation.
Uh-huh.
And ever since the Founding Fathers took over this, ever since the Founding Fathers started this country, they fought to gain control of America, the issue of America's currency, from privately owned central banks. I mean, Jefferson, Madison, all the Founding Fathers warned that the issuing power should be taken from the banks and restored to the people to whom it properly belongs. As long as we continue to talk about, as long as we continue to talk about budget deficits and who's president and all the rest of this crap, and fail to talk about who is issuing America's currency.
Approves AOL purchase of Time Warner. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
As long as we, continue to be distracted by these various other distractions, we'll never get rid of the true culprit behind America's problems. Bush is talking about cutting taxes. That's a joke. He won't be able to do it unless the Federal Reserve System allows him to do it.
Yeah.
I mean, Alan Greenspan is going to define for him the parameters of what he can and what he cannot do in this economy. And if he cuts taxes too much and the economy shoots through the roof like a skyrocket jet, the Federal Reserve System is going to step in and raise interest rates through the roof. Who's going to be hurt then? All of those Republicans out there that in the same boat that the average American is in, that's scuffling for a living, they're the ones that's going to be hurt by a rising of interest rates in this country. Yeah, it's really, really sad. It's sad.
Yeah.
A privately owned central bank, Neil, the Federal Reserve. There's nothing federal about it, neither are there any reserves.
9 minutes after noon is 560 WQAM.
The Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
You got a dental floss.
Hey, where's Rudolph? I can't find Rudolph.
Uh-oh. Shove it, fat boy.
Who let the reindeer out? Ho, 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 ho. Who let the reindeer out? Ho, 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 ho.
Hey, what's that all over the sleigh? It smells terrible. I don't know. It tastes bad, too. Oh, no. Oh, no. The reindeer got out, and they got diarrhea.
Who let the reindeer out? Ho, 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 ho. Who let the reindeer out? Ho, 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 ho. Who let the reindeer out? Ho, 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 ho. Who let the reindeer out? Ho, 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 ho.
Hey, what's that up in the sky? Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's the reindeer. And they still got diarrhea. Close your mouth. Close your mouth.
Who let the reindeer out? Ho, 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 ho. Who let the reindeer out? Ho, 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 ho. Who let the reindeer out? Ho, 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 ho. Who let the reindeer out? Ho, 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 ho.
See what I said to that big pile on your front lawn? It wasn't Cubans. It was just reindeer done it. I think maybe they were like Cuban reindeer. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Thousands and thousands, zillions of open lines here. Hundreds. 219 votes on our poll. I'm not going to go into it. It's there. If you want to vote on it, fine. If not, good. Here's a mobile in Boca. Hello.
Hey, Neil, I got 2 points for you. One is go Michigan State men's basketball. And secondly, you ever heard the phrase no taxation without representation?
No what?
No taxation without representation?
Yeah, I heard of it, yeah.
Well, there you go. I don't have to pay taxes this year, right?
Okay, listen, we'll visit you every fourth week. 5670560, pound 560 on the air. Like I tried to tell you people, cut the crap. Cut the freaking crap already. Life is going to go on. Regardless of which one got in there, was going to be no better roses. The roses may smell a little worse now for a while, and life is going to go on. And all you're doing is falling right into line with what all those Republicans have been saying about being a bunch of whiners, because you're starting to irritate the crap out of me now. I'm going to take my own private poll. Who's irritating me most, these whiners or that jackball from sales this morning with that award-winning performance of his?
Nah, nah.
And be sure to take that picture down from the bulletin board. The one with him and his kids and that pathetic letter.
Pedophile picture?
Yeah. Here's a mobile in Coconut Creek. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
I have something for the lady who has the daughter with dual residency in London.
Yeah.
I read the book. Beautiful book. Karl Marx and Engels. But tell her it doesn't work. It didn't work in Russia.
You missed the whole point. She's not saying that it worked. You didn't even understand what she was talking about.
I do understand it. I really do understand it.
No, you don't.
But I'm telling you, it doesn't work. It doesn't work in China where 4%.
Oh, go get a life, will you, sir? This guy's so stupid. He didn't, right away, she's a communist now. That wasn't the point she was trying to make, you bozo. Man. He calls to tell us that communism doesn't work. Thank you very much, sir. See, you know what's happening now? And it's easy to get drawn in with this crap. Just like that Schwarzer that called a minute ago that was rambling about the Federal Reserve. What the audience is trying to do now, they're trying to segue from the election, and now we're going to go back to being a W Snooze show again. Is that going to happen?
No.
No, over my dead body, okay? Not going to happen. Get a freaking life.
Communism doesn't work?
567. You know, one more word like that, and you will be deported before the weekend. You better cut the crap, mister. course, you could be down there with Alien. Things could be worse, although you would be missing your Happy Meal. Better pick up a few on the way out.
I'll take them with me.
Get a carry-out. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Rogers?
I'm doing okay.
I have a couple of quick things to say. First, I just don't understand how you, a veteran, 20-plus years in the radio, cannot find anything more interesting to talk about than George Bush being elected for President of the United States.
Uh-huh.
I just don't understand why is it that you...
So let me ask you something. Do you think you're fooling somebody? What is it that you want to talk about? Since that's what I'm not talking about, what is it you want to talk about?
Neil, I've been listening.
Yeah, huh? Go play with your boyfriends, okay, asshole? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Hope everything comes out okay for you, pal. Here's Deerfield. Hello.
Yes, I wanted to comment last night after the two speeches.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Let's take an instant poll. Which was the biggest asshole of the last two callers? I guess it's... Oh, yeah, it was the one from Broward. Yeah, she'll straighten it all out. Here's the mobile in West Palm Beach. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for taking my call. Listen, got a kid who's in school, been getting straight A's, and...
Is he reading the Communist Manifesto?
Did I what?
Okay, go ahead.
Well, anyhow, she's been a straight A student. She goes into her math class, and the teacher is a first-year math teacher who used to be the teacher for the kids that could not speak well.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, bilinguals, so have it. Kid can't understand. Now all of a sudden she's getting below passing grade, in my case, which would be under a C. She got a D last time. They won't let me take her out because she can't understand. I check her homework. Teacher says it's good, and I check it and it's wrong.
Yeah.
Any suggestions?
Any suggestions about what? Well, I don't even understand what you're talking about. Are you saying the teacher is incompetent?
The teacher was supposed to be a communicator for different math, et cetera, for kids that could not speak English.
What you're trying to say is the teacher is Hispanic? Is that what you're really trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay, well, move to North Carolina and wait about 6 months. They'll follow you right up there. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Same old tired song, same old boring terminal crap. No speaking English. What are we going to do about these spics? Ba 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 ba. Man, these people wear me out, but I'll still take the goddamn money. How do you like that? Here's a mobile in AC/DC. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing? Long time no talk to you.
Okay.
The reason why I took yourself up here, but listen, I'm listening on the radio here. Up here in D.C., we've already forgot about it. We're moving on to the next thing. I love South Florida. I'm originally from there, but you guys got to get a grip, man. Move on.
They're never going to get a grip. That's all they know from is they're pissed off about the election, even if their man won, and one of those spics going to stop speaking Spanish. That's all they know.
I have my Florida license still, and every time I pull it out, it's like embarrassing. With the Ilion thing and now this, it's like,
yeah.
Unbelievable. But,
I feel
it's all around the world. I know you love Europe and everything, but I lived there for a few years, and we do have a good thing going on here. If we could just all, work it out.
What does that mean, we have a good thing going on here? What does that mean?
It's infrastructure-wise. I think it's just, I lived in southern Italy, and it was like pre-World War II. I mean, it's nice to go down to the 7-Eleven.
Southern Italy is the end. Southern Italy is the end of
the... And down there,
Sir, can I say something? Let me ask you, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Then why is it that every time I start saying something, you just keep talking?
Well, I'm on a cell, so it's kind of difficult.
Okay. Well, southern Italy is not exactly the barometer of what Western Europe's all about.
No, it's not.
I have an apartment in Amsterdam, and I can go downstairs, walk right next door to the newsstand, and get all the Cokes and sodas or whatever, cigars, cigarettes, whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's like anything. It's like, Johnson, Tennessee or whatever. I'm sure the stores aren't open 24 hours, but it's just, when I got back, it was nice to be back, and, I traveled...
In fact, a block from my apartment, there's a convenience store that's open till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, Yeah, well, Amsterdam's nice. I like it. Although, it's a little shocking when you first get off the train there in the train station and you see that little park there and some of the things that are going on. But if you can get past that.
Well, what things are going on in the park?
Well, when I got there, it was like, a lot of drug use, a lot of just, things that you normally don't see when you first get to America. Although, when
what kind of drug use? What kind of drug? Sir! What kind of drug use are you talking about?
Pardon me?
What kind of drug use are you talking about that you say goes on outside?
Well, when I walked right outside, I saw two, a guy and a girl, doing heroin and strung out, and it's just, but you can't. It's like coming to Miami and saying, "Hey, the whole." Sir, I hate to break.
You're an idiot. First of all, I've been in Amsterdam probably 100 times. I have an apartment in Amsterdam. I've been there a hell of a lot more than you will ever be if you live to be 500. I've never seen anybody doing heroin out in the street. You almost never see anybody, as you call it, strung out in the streets, and even pot. Most people smoke at the coffee houses on the inside. Once in a while, you'll see somebody smoking a joint outside, and you know what? Nobody pays any attention because it's not a big deal. They're not a bunch of overgrown children like America. Boy, he must have one of the best cell phones, or like I said, they can't really hear us. Or maybe he's just a rude prick. Here's Weston. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Okay.
I just want to give a quick view of this whole thing.
And you know something? I'm trying to figure out which I'm more excited about as an American, the Happy Meal or those 7-Elevens.
Oh, 7-Eleven.
Yeah, that's true.
I just want to say F. Bush, F. Gore, F. Ilion, and F. me for being stupid to live in this dysfunctional state. And I hope you have a nice day.
Okay, thanks for your effing brilliant comment. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. He's about the third caller I've had, at least, who gives me a song, who must be hallucinating. Oh, yeah, he's been to Amsterdam and all this rampant drug use and these terrible things that are happening right out in the open. These people must have gotten some bad mushrooms when they were there. That's got to be it. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay.
Oh, these callers, Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Oh, he's going to be calling next hour.
But I'm saying, for real, everyone does need to get a hold on this. We really don't need to hear about this. I'm tired of hearing about all this stuff. Bush this, Gore that. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah. We finally got our Fuhrer. I think we should just go ahead and
and
get on with life. But how the stocks doing?
567-0560, pound 560. Isn't that sad? Isn't that sad? Now there's a classic example of a guy who has absolutely nothing to say. And he's getting tired of hearing about it, and then he repeats for like about 10 seconds what it is he's tired of hearing about, and then he goes into he has absolutely nothing to say, and obviously has no life, because if he waited more than 5 seconds, which he waited a lot longer than that, to get on the air for that. Sir, please get a search party organized before it gets dark tonight, before sundown. Get a search party and go out there and find a life. I'm begging you. Just a semblance of one. Maybe you'll see some people doing heroin out there in the park. You see, one of the reasons you wouldn't see that in Amsterdam is that the heroin addicts, they round them up and they have a special place way outside of town where they take them all and they supply clean needles so they don't wind up spreading all kinds of disease. And they deal with it intelligently as a health problem and not as a criminal problem. But anyway, I just mentioned it in passing. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
I just have a couple of things to say. First of all, Muslim gain, number one. And probably the happiest person that Bush won was Madam President Hillary. She's psyched for 4 years from now.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Boy, we have an epidemic. I'm telling you, Castro's got to have that woodpecker. He's got to be, maybe he's got it in a slingshot. And he's just swinging it back and forth, because it's definitely making an impact up here today. In fact, I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed with shot. 567-0560. I mean, the idea of running Hillary Clinton, a woman despised, reviled by the majority, even the women in this country, is so ludicrous. And I'll say it again, I think the Democratic Party I've lost touch with it, or they've lost touch with me. I'm running away. I'm going to find whatever. Jesse Ventura quit the Reform Party because they came up with a Nazi for their candidate, but whatever he's going to be, I'm following him. Right down the road to sanity. Because you Democrats who are sitting here whining and moaning and all this other bull crap, what the hell do you have to offer? A cigar store engine and the Ice Princess? That's your idea of what you want for leadership for this country? Give me that tape.
I haven't doctored it.
I want it now. 26 past noon at 560 WQAM.
I've got 2 sets of lips.
Oh, what to do? PS2, why can't I find you? I'm so sick of looking that I'm thinking I might sue. A bad sign, 'cause online they're $500. I think this is how Sony gets their holiday ups. A day or two ago, I was set to pay. I heard they had PlayStation 2 down at the Big K. I jumped right in my car and I headed to the store. But when I got there, some kid said, we ain't got no more. Oh, what to do? PS2, someone tell me why. I checked at the Bradleys and I looked down at Best Buy. This is lame, what a shame, a mystery to me. No PlayStation 2 this year under my Christmas tree. Oh, help me, geez, Santa, please, I'm down on my knees. Sorry, son, no PlayStation, but here's a log of cheese. What a mess, major stress, this I must confess. I guess I'll have to get another pumper truck from Hess.
Well, there's another log of cheese for you, George, right under the tree. Speaking of toys, our good friend David Green faxes me this about the ViewSonic VPW420 plasma display TV, 42 inches. Sale price at only, hang on tight, at only a mere $10,250. Says, thought you guys might be interested. David, you're a great guy, but no, not this week. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Roger Cossack and Greta Von Braun are saying...
Voters and elected officials.
Yeah. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, hi. I am a libertarian.
You're a what?
A libertarian.
Why is that?
Well, one of
Do
the
you enjoy
reasons
wasting? You enjoy wasting your time?
Well, I haven't voted for the Libertarian Party because I know they'll never win. But the Conservative Party, the Republican Party, is better than the Democratic Party. They're both the same, but I'd rather have the Bush in the White House than Al Gore. And I know you have a lot of comments. You're very smart. You always can give a good answer. But what was your answer to the last caller that talked about the Federal Reserve Bank?
Sir, get some help. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Not only are they trying to turn it into a WS News show, but they want to go back to the days of the Trilateral Commission and the Illuminati and the Bilderbergers.
Yeah.
Man. Since they finally made those speeches last night, I think they opened up the door. Remember like when Reagan got in and they opened the door of the mental institutions and let everybody out to like save us a lot of money because who the hell wants to take care of them? I think they've done it again. Here's Miami. Hello.
I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Yeah.
No, it's just it's driving me crazy. It really is.
What is that? What is that? What's driving you crazy?
The judicial fiat is.
Well, what do you mean? What do you mean you're supposed to concede? Were you running?
Well, no.
Well,
but
guess what? Al Gore conceded last night. It's all over with. Get a life. I'm not going to listen to it. You're just wasting your time. If it makes you feel better to get hung up on, be my guest. Wouldn't be the first time. Maybe the 10 millionth time. Doesn't bother me in the least. Makes me feel fine hanging up on people that they just won't listen. They're going to take over the show, and no matter what I tell them, they're going to keep talking about it. And the answer is still no. Get over it. They stole the election. It was a fixed election right from the get-go. And just like I also told you, November 7th and November 8th, this state, this peninsula of ours, this was going to be where the whole thing was decided because just coincidentally you got the brother up there in Tallahassee and the Secretary of Bush and all these other goyim. The fix was in. So get over it. And stop whining already. You'll survive it. We survived 8 years of Reagan, 4 years of Papa Bush. We survived the moron Jerry Ford. We survived the lemming Jimmy Carter. We'll get over it. Life goes on. And the FTC just approved the AOL Time Warner deal, so what are you complaining about? And the NASDAQ's only down 20 points, and how's the Dow doing? Come on, flip it on there. Oh, down 89. Well, not 160. See, things are looking up, George. What are you talking about? We're only down 20 on the NASDAQ, now that Bush is in. I think it has to do with that Federal Reserve, if you ask me.
Uh-huh.
Here's Weston. Hello.
How you doing, Neil? I'm going to
Okay.
change the subject for you.
Yes?
I was watching ESPN last night, Outside the Lines, and they had a thing with the University of Vermont hockey team, a hazing incident where
Old
they
story.
found out-
We had that months ago.
Oh, you did?
Uh-huh.
Well, just talking about the Coconut Creek incident, how come the principal and the athletic director haven't been held accountable? And where is the higher education? These people didn't know that was going on.
They knew what was going on.
So where are these people being held accountable? Our principals and our athletic directors at the high
They're
school
not.
level?
They're not. They slapped the coach on the wrist. They give him a 10-day suspension, and that's the end of it. And boys will be boys.
That's terrible. That's what we should be concerned about right now, is our higher education right now.
Higher education. What about our lower education? We don't have any education here.
That's terrible. We just moved out to West End, and already our schools are busting at the seams.
Right.
We're supposed to build another high school. You've got Western High School, which has 5 or 4 different annexes where you got kids going all over the place. Supposedly they lost their accreditation. We're promised a new high school out here, and nothing's being done about it.
Well, I guess you forget where you live, sir. This is Florida. We don't care about kids here. In fact, we don't want kids here. We hate them like poison in Florida. We want a lot more old people.
Obviously.
Good luck,
All right,
to you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Neil.
God bless America. A lot of talk, a lot of empty rhetoric about, oh, yeah, the schools and education, it's the number one priority. Baloney. Baloney. You can't complain about the education in America because there isn't any. Let them go to school in a Quonset hut. What's wrong with that? When I went to school, I walked 40 miles through the snow. Yeah, uh-huh. Well, I walked like at least a block and a half to school in the snow. Right up on the corner of Fort Hill Avenue in Canandaigua, New York, baby. Right on the corner of Fort Hill Avenue and Main Street, Canandaigua Academy. Good school, too. Yeah. I mean, they produced me. What more do you need? Here's Miami Lakes. Hello.
How you doing today, Neil?
Tremendous.
This guy that called about what he sees in Amsterdam, he's an asshole.
He's a jackass.
Who smokes more crack than anybody in the goddamn world? America.
I think he's got a crack problem.
I'm telling you, who's more strung out on heroin? Who invents the goddamn drugs? America.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the American fucking way.
Right.
Exactly, man. And you know, I want to tell you, the biggest winner of this election is damn Lieberman. He got 6 more years, and he don't give a damn about Gore.
That's right. He knew they didn't have a Chinaman
I'm
chance.
telling you, Lieberman is smart.
Yeah.
He's smarter than one more thing. You
He's
know
almost
what?
as smart as Fredo.
I hate George Bush with all my guts, but I tell you what, I'd rather George Bush run the damn America with some friggin' balls than Al Gore, such a pussyfoot. He's a big-time pussy, man.
Is he?
I'm telling you, he sucks.
Maybe that's the problem. I always wonder what it was about him. Maybe he's just a big pussy.
That's all. I'd rather George. I hate W, but W's got more balls than he'll ever have.
He's got a pair, man. Now, if he only had a brain, we'd really be in good shape. Good
All
luck
right,
to us,
Neil.
pal. Okay, have a nice day. I got my pictures of Amsterdam in my hand. By the way, get yourself a real photographer, Alan. Stop playing amateur photography. Did anybody get a hold of him? Did Jeff Cohn get a hold of him? Because I want those keys on
Let's go to his office. Or if we would actually get anything accomplished.
Yeah. Why don't you just tell them we want the keys?
They know. You'll get them.
Yeah.
Somehow. Someday. Some way.
22 before 1 at 560 WQAM.
The Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Only in the Banana Republic, baby. Only in Miami.
Al Gore should be gone by Christmas. Al Gore should be gone by Christmas. Al Gore should be gone by Christmas. If not by the New Year. Al Gore should be gone by Christmas. Al Gore should be gone by Christmas. Al Gore should be gone by Christmas. If not by the New Year. Oh!
17 till 1 at 560 WQAM. You know, I just, the word came back to me that I had used to describe him throughout the entire campaign. Disingenuous. That's the word. That summed up Al Gore. Last night he seemed warm, sincere, like almost a real human being in a concession speech. But up until last night, the word that I used to describe him, I think, fit like a rubber glove. Disingenuous. which is one of the many reasons that he lost. Oh, am I talking about that again? Here's, where is this? Weston.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm in Miami, but anyway. Neil,
You're in where?
In Miami.
Oh.
It's about the same. It's South
I'm on
Florida.
the wrong line. It's me. It's my finger problem again.
Neil, it's all the same crap, But anyway, Neil, I'm just, I'm glad and happy that this situation is over with, We suffer enough through this, and thank God, that it's all over. The people here at my job, can you say a little laughter so we will have a shameless request, sir, please?
Yes?
It's the phone lady, the Spring PCS Bell South, and the guy in the toilet. And we really appreciate it if you would play that for us, Neil.
Okay, you got it.
All right, thanks.
See ya. Where the hell am I going to find that, George? Oh, it's on one of these.
Yeah, recent one.
Okay, I'll find it. Just hang on tight.
3 back.
Is it?
I don't know. That's my
Is that
guess.
your guess? How about 178? What is that called? Well, something phone scam. It's not on 178. I realize this isn't very exciting radio looking for the damn bit that he wanted to hear, but you know something that's a lot more interesting than most of the calls I've had today? All you whiners out there, go find yourself some macaroni and cheese. How about 179? What do you say? George?
I don't know.
Where the hell's the cue sheet for one? Oh, there it is. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Kill that stupid music. Here's Weston. Hello.
Hi, Neil. This is Lonnie.
Yes, sir.
I've got to make a comment first, but I want to ask you a very important question. It's been a while since I spoke with you, but I was watching the news the other night, and I noticed a protester out in Washington. They had a sign that said 1 million words, and there was a protester with a sign that stated "Sore Loserman," and it just it sticks with me because it just.
Well, you mean that's the first time you've seen that sign?
That was the first time. I don't.
They've been running around with those signs for weeks now.
Well, I didn't see it until then. Like I said, I usually turn off. To be honest with you, I've been turning you off the last few days before he actually conceded because I was getting tired of hearing about it. It's getting old. I'm glad it's over. But I want to ask you a question. I savor every bit of advice you give.
Every bit of advice that I give?
Well, when you talk on the radio, you give a lot of advice. You speak very experienced in life itself. And I wanted to ask you a question. I actually sold my business here recently, and I'm looking to move. I was wondering if you could suggest a place that is a decent place to live. You have a little bit of freedom. See, I'm not like you, Neil. I can't go to Europe. I'm not that rich, but I can go within the United States.
Oh, well, that cuts it way down then.
Well, if you had to pick one out of the hat, what would it be?
Well, I mean, just pick up and move. I don't understand that. I don't know how people do that. I mean, I just don't get it.
Well, I have a real estate company. I sold it just recently.
Yeah.
And I'm basically looking to open up shop somewhere else, but other than Florida.
Well, if you don't care about the weather, I would say Boston.
Well, actually, I have a friend of mine that lives in Southbridge, and he told me it's actually a great market right now. So it's odd you said that. It's
there you go.
Like you're reading my mind. Neil, in closing.
I'd be on the way before the sun hits.
Hey, in closing, Neil, remember there are no fags in the church.
Okay.
Goodbye.
5670560. I can't find that damn thing. You know what? What the hell is that thing called? 178? 175? This will kill some good time. No, don't play that damn music. Jesus Christ. That sounds like geriatric. That sounds like a Sandy Payton thing. Oh, and here's one that doesn't have a cue sheet in it. That's good. Well, that's probably the one that's on. Let's just play all the cuts from there. Maybe it's on one of those. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Our topic today is meh, meh, meh. I'm embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed for an awful lot of you. Grow up, be a man, take it like a man, take it like a woman, take it like an adult. Reminds me of like if you went on vacation and you left your house open and your front door just wide open. And you came back and you said, oh, gee, somebody stole all my crap. That's what this reminds me of.
Those burglars were bastards.
Yeah. How dare they? Like if you had a big billboard on the front lawn. Everything's unlocked, the door's open, come on in, take what you want. Oh, gee, they ripped me off. They stole it. I can't find that thing. Here's a mobile in Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
How are you?
Great.
I'm just talking about, you've been talking about living in Europe. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I lived in Europe for a long time. And the quality of life there compared to here is totally, you can say this is the shameless way to live. Don't you think so?
Now run that by me again. This is a shameless way to live.
Yeah, here in America. With what's going on and everything compared to what's happening over in Germany and the way the people live over there.
Yeah. It's a shameful way to live, yeah.
Say again?
I said, have a great day. And quit squeaking that damn chair around so much. It's sure squirming around a lot. I can't find that thing. I'm not going to stop looking for it. I'll stumble across it. One of these days I'll play it again for you, sir, when I find it. Isn't that something? I would say to that guy, it's probably his unlucky day, the guy that called and made that request, because I can't find the damn thing, and I've scoured through every one of the recent discs, and I know it ain't that long ago. It's probably on one that doesn't have a cue sheet. Well, let's get the tape. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. All I can say to that about that Peter Leonard, one thing, and this is about the nicest thing I can say.
Boy, does he have a lot of chutzpah.
Here's Miami. Hello. Miami. Going once. Miami's gone, which can't be all bad. Here's a mobile in Deerfield. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Neil, how are you today?
Great.
At least someone's good. You happy about the presidency or what?
Don't care.
Don't care, just like everybody
We're not
else.
discussing it, so we're moving on to other
Neil,
things.
I didn't see you at the track last night.
Yeah?
What happened?
Because I wasn't there.
Oh, well, you watching the game.
Yeah.
Interesting. Hey, Neil, I got a request. One more thing, just a request. The mandage bit today.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T.
You were right.
Verizon wireless line. Yeah, the woodpecker's
Back to
gone.
the old days.
Yeah. Yes.
What'd you eat today?
Guests. Hey, listen, you know a good place to live? What about a restaurant when you go to Vegas? Is there and what about a good 7-Eleven? Yeah, the guy that called about the 7-Eleven, what a neat way to live in this is because we've got all this convenience and we have a 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven for 7-Eleven. That's all I can say. In fact, every time I walk outside in Amsterdam, I think to myself, God, this sucks. There's no 7-Eleven here. Although right up the street from me, about a block and a half from the apartment, right even before you get to Albert Heijn, which I call Albertsons, that are a pretty crappy grocery store, supermarket, there's a very nice convenience store that opens at 5 in the afternoon. It's open till 2 in the morning. And I don't know about you, but generally speaking, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and my head is on the pillow and I'm sleeping, I'm not looking to go to the convenience store. Here's a lady mobile. I'm probably doing heroin. Here's a lady in North Miami Beach. Hello.
Yeah, you know, when we talk about the Republicans stealing this election.
5670560, pound 560 on the. I'm going to go in the hearing aid business because we got more deaf people in this town. I'm not talking about your goddamn election, lady. You get it? You understand it? You got it?
No.
No. The line is drawn in the sand right here. I just took my big finger, my big fat middle finger, and I drew a line in the sand. And I'm not talking anymore about the election being stolen, about Republicans and Democrats and Gore and Bush. It's over. Over. Get a freaking life. I'd rather talk about Elion. I'd rather buy him a Happy Meal and send it to him. Because the way this show is going today, my next meal is going to be an unhappy meal. Although, of course, it's going to be at Mommy's house, so it probably will be anyway. Just a joke, Ma. And, yeah, I threw the eggs out. Oh, yeah. And you don't have to worry about any big splash in the toilet. I took care of that this morning right here at work. See, that was bad that I was in there doing that, because if I would have been in here, I could have seen that whole... I missed it. I missed the good stuff. I missed that outrageous, grotesque, unacceptable performance by the biggest asshole in our sales department. Not that I want to mention his name.
Boy, does he have a lot of chutzpah.
Peter, put me in an institution soon before it's too late, Leonard. Here's Boca. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How the hell are you?
Good.
I just heard your little discussion about the election.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. That's our number, toll free. Out of town line is open, 877-785-6345. Here's Delray Beach. Hello.
It's Khalil Gaming Hour. I don't know if you touched on this yet, but have you read anything about the deregulation of the power in Florida?
Deregulation of the power in Florida?
Yeah, they're talking about deregulating it, and from what I've read, it seems like it's going to really get to be really expensive.
Well, hopefully that'll enable you to buy yourself a phone that works. That would be good. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Can you hear that woodpecker? I hear it right now. Here's Delray Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir?
Delray Beach.
Yes.
I'm calling. I have a message for you, Neil. Do you remember a fellow by the name of Doug McLean?
Yeah.
Well, he was in town over the weekend to the governor's meetings. You
Yeah.
know? Tried to get you. This is his father calling. I live in Delray.
Yes, sir.
He wanted to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Well, you tell him I said the same to him. He's doing great up there in Columbus, and we miss him.
Well, I'm glad he tried two or three times to get you, but he couldn't hang in. So
Give him a message for me. Tell him that Marty Straka said hi too.
Murray Straka?
Marty Straka.
Great, I will.
Okay.
Thanks very much.
Okay, tell him have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Oh, there's Elsie Hastings saying.
I printed it.
Yeah. Boy, oh boy, you talk about another media hound. This guy, he's been on there just round the clock, everywhere you look. And I like him. I mean, especially since he got out, you know. But he just nonstop. Elsie and Jesse and Elsie and Donnie and Jimmy and Danny. Just never stops. Now let's go back to the Jimmy and Danny stuff. What do you say? Those are the good old days. Here's the mobile in Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
So all of a sudden you're the advice guru, huh? Anyways,
the guy wants to know where to go. And of course,
yeah.
I do that every day, tell people where to go.
Neil, I love your shit, man. You're the balls. Listen, Boston's a great city. Lived there a long time. And I just wanted to share a joke with you that I heard last night on Bill Maher.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. As we continue just rolling along, we may set a record for calls today. We may take like 40,000 of them. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, how you doing? First time caller.
Uh-huh.
Hey, I just want to say to all those people, because I have myself no party affiliation. I usually just go with the flow and go with whoever I like and the people that share my views. But to all those people out there who are whining, look, if history's taught us anything, it's that when a president is elected, usually the Congress goes the other way in the next 2 years. It happened every time. It happened in 1951 with Eisenhower. So to all these people whining, don't give up hope, you know? I don't understand why the people are getting all crazy about it.
No, the real message is get a life. Not a question of don't give up hope. Get a life.
Yeah, you know, I mean, come on. Nothing's going to change because
the only reason they're all whipped up about it is because it's been on television 24 hours a day for weeks on end, and the media controls their minds. Whatever the media tells them is important, they get all immersed in it. And they had an interesting thing the other day about the polls, the surveys. They go into shopping malls and they ask people. The overwhelming majority of the people in this country couldn't name more than one, if one, of these Supreme Court justices until all this came around. And now, that damn Rehnquist and that Scalia. Yeah, because it's been on TV 24 hours a day. The American people are so easily programmed that it's terrifying. Terrifying, frightening. This is what you will be concerned about. This is what's important, and you will be obsessed with it until we pull the plug. Well, guess what? I just pull the plug. 274 votes on our thing today, on our poll, and they say, yeah.
This is 560 QAM. Sports Radio 560 WQAM Miami, Fort Lauderdale. A Beasley Broadcast Group station. WQAM.com for the world.
It's been 1 to 2 hours. This is Andrew Nan. I was calling today to tell you about AT&T's newest calling plans that can simplify your calling and reduce your phone bill.
Wait, who are you again?
AT&T.
AT&T, and you're calling for what?
To tell you about our newest calling plan.
Your newest calling plan?
Yes, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Well, here at AT&T, like I said, we do have some calling plans that can simplify your calling and reduce your phone bill. If you don't mind me asking, what? Hello?
You don't mind me, I'm on the toilet while I'm talking to you.
Oh, okay. What current long distance carrier do
What's your question again?
What current long distance carrier
Hello?
do you have?
We must use AT&T, I don't know.
Okay, so would there be a better time for me to call her back?
What?
Would there be a better time for me to call her back?
No, you got to talk to me because I have the phone here in the bathroom and I don't want to get up and hang it up. So keep talking to me, all right? Tell me more about your deals.
Okay, so you say you think you're with us here at AT&T or the MCI or Sprint?
What? What?
So you think you're with MCI or Sprint or AT&T?
Something like that.
Something like that? Okay, do you know what kind of rate you're currently getting?
Hello?
Do you prefer to roll it up or do you wad it?
Here, you start. Can you say that one more time?
I'm making a poopy. You make a poopy? Hello?
Minute after 1 at 560 WQAM. Now here's a classic example, and even the faxers, same thing. They don't listen to a word that I'm saying. They got their own agenda out there. Here's somebody faxes me 5 pages, waste 5 pages. They had to chop 15 trees down to print these 5 pages here. Supreme Court does this, blah, 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 and the note on the front page says, can you please read this article for your listeners?
No.
Keep up the good work, thanks. They just don't listen. They all have their own agenda. I think it's that lockbox closet homosexual agenda, if you ask me. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I think part of the problem is that
Problem with what?
Part of the problem why people can't let it go
Mm-hmm.
is because you're like the only guy out there who espouses the point of view of a lot of us that we got screwed.
Okay, so we got screwed and it's over with. Now let's move on. What are we going to do? Keep licking our wounds and crying over spilled milk forever? You have to move forward. What's there to talk about?
But I don't know about you, but my philosophy has always been to get even.
Right.
And I was really peeved off yesterday. You had this fat Julio called you, and he started.
How do you know he was fat? Yeah, you're right. He did sound fat. He sounded like a fat boy.
He sounded like a jerk, and
like
if
a fathead.
I would love to kick his ass for you, man.
Okay.
Because he was a big maricon.
Okay, George has his number. He'll give you the address. You can go down there and kick you and Luca Brazzi go down and kick his ass. Big fat spick. 567-0560. Probably smoking big cheap cigars too. Not even good ones from Nick's. How are those cigars coming that you took home?
They were great. I got some in the humidor here.
Oh, do you? I might even take one of those. I'll smoke it at Mommy's house just to piss her off. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Yeah, I feel so much better now sitting up straight and not squeezing my kishkis in here against this board on this make-believe studio we got here. Here's a mobile in Sunrise. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How about them Yankees?
Meaning what?
Well, you want to test the subject? Let's talk about baseball, can we?
No. Why would anybody talk about baseball? Baseball's finished.
Well, it's better on the stupid election that's over.
So let me say it again. Baseball is finished. It's history. It's over.
Well,
especially here.
Well, what can we watch?
Call the sports show and talk about baseball, okay? See how interested they are. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Oh, a call from Estero. Hello.
Yes, Neil.
Yes, sir.
A request, if it's okay.
Yes?
How about sitting on a bench in Delray?
Is that a request for the song or a request for the act? Okay, see you, pal. That's Chronic again over there. He's in Estero like your mama. Like your mama's in heaven.
My wife took the car to the mall. She drives my Buick and she's 3 feet tall.
Yeah, I heard you the first time. Well, there's no... What do I do that?
Might as well, no. Let it play. Might as well have something on when we come back.
What do you mean? Well, he wants to hear from the beginning. You don't want to hear like the last 10 seconds of it. Plus, that'll kill better time. You better learn, mister. It's a better way to kill time. Now, how are we going to know when we come back on the air? This seems to be a regular thing lately, you know?
Don't you have your little radio back there?
I'm not gonna fart around with that radio. All you get is like buzzing and puking on there. Kind of like if you're on 441, the same even when we're on the air. In other words, we have to monitor on the radio to find out if we're on the air or not.
You got a better idea?
Yeah, just sit here and wait.
Somebody will tell us, I guess.
Or not, as the case may be. We'll just sit here and do this. Now, how many spots did we run during this?
All of them.
Okay. Back to back. We'll pull an Alan Burke. Rest in peace. Okay, we're back on the air. Thank you so much. Oh! Wow. Okay, so they want to hear what? See, he owes me now because I started this when we went off the air, and then I've put it back in the beginning because it'll kill more good time this way, I think.
My wife took the car to the mall. She drives my Buick and she's 3 feet tall. I wouldn't ride with her, no way. I said I'd meet her there later today. So I'm just sitting on a bench in Delray, waiting for the lolly bus to take me away. Oh, I'm just sitting on a bench in Delray with my friends time. Looks like it's time to take my change, 'cause the bus fares don't always stay the same. I'm not gonna do what Yetta tells me to do. To drive at her age, she must be insane. Just sitting here resting my bones, wondering why my wife won't leave me alone. We talked it over, and I never win. I just wind up schlepping through the mall again. Oi, so I sit on a bench in Delray, waiting for the lolly bus to take me away. Oi, I'm just sitting on a bench in Delray with my friends crying. Oi! Yeah, there he is. It's about damn time. I've been waiting here all damn day on this bench. Where the hell have you been? Hey, where the hell are you going? Aren't you schmuck?
By the way, speaking of politics, we had a very important bulletin earlier in case you missed it. That is, communism doesn't work. Was he pathetic or what? And that was tragic. And of course, to show the degree of paranoia that exists in certain segments of this community about comunista. Don't ever call and tell us about that again, lady, because that guy probably want to invade England. Commie bastards. 567-0560. Yeah, that Tony Blair, he seems like one of those commie pinko guys, or at least the pinko part. 8 minutes after 1 at 560 WQAM. Oh, my God.
And now the Red from Reich Marshal delays headquarters in Washington, the Jim Baker Singers.
Have yourself a precious little Christmas. Christmas on the right.
All right.
Say hi to the new Republican forthright. Have yourself a precious little Christmas. May you find the day. Perhaps a nigger has tied it to your truck. They'll carry you back in and have yourself a precious Christmas filled with faith.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, old General Bonhart, I can assure you I will.
Very well. See to it that you do.
I'll delay.
What is this man doing here?
12 minutes after 1 at 560 WQAM. We got a great Fox in the Chicken Coop story here.
General Butterworth.
Oh, okay.
You weren't listening to that, were you?
Of course not. Why?
Well, she was talking about protecting the
That's
integrity.
the Secretary of Bush. We got Jebster, the Secretary of Bush, and that fascist calling himself a Democrat, Bobby Butterworth.
Blah, 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 in
Yeah.
order to protect the integrity of every voter.
That's what I just said. It's the Fox in the Chicken Coop. This is rubbing the salt in your womb. They're appointing a task force to examine election procedures in the state of Florida so we won't have these problems again.
This bitch is talking about protecting people's
Are you starting
votes.
with election crap again?
No.
Good.
You know what bitch I'm talking about?
I want that tape.
No, I'm not done doctoring it yet.
Oh. Call the doctor. Yeah, there's that Bobby Butterworth. That guy that called yesterday, that bozo, to show that the Democrats are just as stupid as the Republicans. Oh, yeah. Bobby Butterworth for governor in 2002. Get rid of that Jeb Bush. I'm just looking at Bob Butterworth, and I'm getting ready to... Oh, man. There goes that first omelet. Right down the turlet. Fascist son of a bitch. And that's a compliment. So, you know, all the whining that goes on, stop. You see, I want to say something. This is the fairest statement that I can make as a lifelong Democrat. The Democratic Party they've got nobody to blame but themselves. Nobody. Stolen or not. Republicans didn't pick Al Gore. Republicans didn't elect Bob Butterworth to Attorney General. The Republicans aren't the one who keep picking Ken Jenney in Broward County. So if the Democratic Party can't come up with better candidates, with candidates who A, are qualified and B, can win once in a while, then what's the point of blaming fixed elections? I guarantee you right now that the third party is the only way to go. That's the only hope for this country, and I know that 99% of you don't agree. Too bad. You're wrong. Third party. Not Ross Perot with his little ears and talking in stupid cliches. Not Ralph Nader with his goddamn fan belts from my 60 Corvair. No. A third party that really relates, a centrist, down-the-middle party. Not some radical extreme right or extreme left like Pat Buchanan or Ralph Nader. Socially liberal, conservatively, financially conservative. That's what we need. Oh, there's that John McKay, yeah. Good job with that basketball team, John. Here's a mobile in Miramar. Hello.
Actually, it is stationary. Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You're absolutely right, though. Third party all the way. Hopefully we'll get that Jesse Ventura to get out of the booth of those XFL games and run for president. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Exactly. And,
yeah.
Hey, George, hey, Neil, do me a favor. On your next trip to Amsterdam, bring me back some of that good weed from over there, all right?
You got it, man.
And get some for George, too.
Oh, he always got it.
All right.
See
Take it easy.
Oh, jeez. 5670560, pound 560 on the ATF. That's another thing. Any of these candidates advocating the legalization of marijuana?
No.
No, in fact, it was Clinton and Gore that were having a nervous breakdown. Was it the California law or Oregon, wherever the hell it was? Fighting it in court. Oh, you can't do that. Even medical marijuana, baby. It's bad.
Deliciously different marijuana. Deliciously different marijuana.
I think the guy that called before about Amsterdam was confused. It was Central Park where he saw the people openly doing heroin. Central Park. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
See, there's something that many of you also don't. Well, there are many things that most people don't understand, especially about me. One of them is, if you don't like Amsterdam, fine. Don't ever go there. They have more than enough tourists. The economy's doing fine. It's already too crowded. If you don't like Germany, if you don't like Italy, if you don't like, whatever. If you don't like Boston, you don't like Toronto, you don't like Las Vegas, don't go there. I'm not here selling. I'm not here peddling. I'm just sharing my own personal opinions and experiences. And if you like it, fine. And if not, hey, have a good time in Salt Lake City or wherever the hell you want to go. Have a good time in Irondequoit. I don't care where you're going to go. Well, whatever. But they get on the phone here and they argue like they're going to convince me, like, oh, yeah, you're wrong, Neil. It's really terrible. And things that I saw. Yeah. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello. Mobile in Miami. Yes, sir.
Oh, yes. Hey, I got a partner here. I'm driving this big truck here. I got a request for that keep your car off the keep your hands off the car, your MF.
Okay.
Haven't heard that in a long time.
You got it, man.
All right.
And keep your truck off the thing. Okay. Boy, that was good.
Car theft is on the rise. In America, a car is stolen every 12 seconds. What can you do to protect your car? An expensive car alarm system won't protect your car from being stolen. The club won't protect the valuables inside your car. But a big black guy named Ben can.
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
For less than you'd pay for an expensive car alarm system, and even less than you'd pay for the club, you can get a big black guy named Ben to protect your automobile.
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
It's simple to use. Just leave the big black guy named Ben in your car whenever you get out, and he does the rest. Whenever anyone gets within 6 feet of your car, Ben simply gets out of the car and tells them,
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
Listen to these testimonials from people who used a big black guy named Ben.
It's always nice to have someone to ride with, although he really doesn't say much, just...
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
That's about it. I didn't get a big black guy named Ben to chat with. I got him to protect my car. It's the best investment I've ever made.
My neighborhood isn't that great. There have been a lot of car thefts. I can't tell you how many times I've heard...
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
Knowing that I've got a big black guy named Ben protecting my car lets me sleep better at night.
Call now, 1-800-1-BIG-GUY. That's 1-800-1-BIG-GUY. And instead of hearing this, you'll hear this.
Get away from the car, motherfucker.
118 at 560 WQAM 5670560. Don't forget Specs Music all over South Florida. Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Naples, Fort Myers. Specs Music's got the best of Neil CDs and cassettes, $20 for Planned Parenthood. And also I should mention that Pack Mail at 965 North Nob Hill Road in the Winn-Dixie Shopping Center Plantation has been kind enough to handle all of our shipping this year. And with the holidays here right now, if you go into Pack Mail to ship any packages, mention Neil Rogers, they'll knock 10% off everything is shipped. And thanks again to them. Thanks to all the people who have helped us out. Any checks today from any of the salespeople here at QAM for Planned Parenthood?
No.
Anybody in management give us any?
No.
Okay, just checking. And also don't forget, next Tuesday between 6 and 9 p.m., we'll be at the Pizza Loft without our sales staff. That's right. Sales staff is uninvited. This is a party that everybody else is invited to, and the sales staff is not. Except the people we like in sales, like Adam, Brian. 5670560. Well, I'm thinking about it. Here's a mobile in Davie. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing? I want
Good.
to talk a little bit of football. What's it going to take for the Miami-Dade?
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Well, he said a little bit of football, and that was about it. As a matter of fact, because they're having a pretty good year, although in spite of last week's game, how about a little bit of
what's Gary Hart doing tonight?
Wrong thing. Like I said, a little bit of okay, that's enough. Here's a call from somewhere. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil.
Yes, I am.
Miami native. I moved to LA a couple years ago, and it's great to be back in town visiting and hearing your lovely voice that I grew up with. I agree with you completely. They have no one to blame but themselves. They had a year to find someone to beat George Bush, and they couldn't do it.
And
that
it wasn't
idiot,
him. It wasn't this guy.
They couldn't do it.
This guy had a loser branded on his forehead from the start.
And he still won.
And then Jude Lieberman. No, I'm talking about Gore.
Oh, yeah. And the other thing is, as far as I'm concerned, this country gets what it deserves. I can't think of a perfect person to represent America as you and I and most people, well, not most people, but the people that know how this country is. An idiot that can't name countries, that doesn't know capitals,
right?
That made his money
well,
off
that's what I've been saying all along. We dumb is where it's at in America, so why are we surprised that they elected a dummy as president?
It's art, and it's perfect, and you get what you deserve. As long as you can drive your SUV and take your kid to soccer practice, and they're building prisons to throw people in there.
And don't forget the Happy Meal.
They have nothing to worry about.
And the convenience stores.
Yeah, exactly. And Blockbuster.
Okay, good.
I love you.
Good luck, pal.
Lifco will take us away.
Okay. 5670560. I keep telling you, you got your priorities upside down, but that's up to you. If you want to continue being upside down, go right ahead. Kind of like my stock portfolio, Mitch. Upside down. How are the stocks doing? Let me get this boring Lou Waters off of my set, which I keep look at that. Dow's down 105, and the NASDAQ down 38. I thought it was going to be, hey, on the way to San Jose, way the hell up there. Viva la Bush, 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 baby. All you Bush people, you better call up your broker and buy with both hands. Get those stock prices up. I don't give a damn about those earnings reports and all this other crap. We're going to have a recession. You got to help our stocks go up. Buy. Until it hurts, until it bleeds, until you don't have two nickels left to rub together. That was supposed to be the one silver lining in this very dark cloud is, the markets, they want this, they want that, and all of a sudden they're taking another big right on our front lawn. Yeah, see, it wasn't a Cuban that left it there. Maybe it was Maria Bartiromo. Here's a mobile in North Miami. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Great show.
Yes, it is.
That bit that you played a little while ago, the one with Saul sitting on the toilet talking to the AT&T operator, that was so funny. Wasn't that Al Gore before the speech?
Yeah. Yeah, like you said, that was so funny, and you're not. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Oh, if I had a $10 bill for every moron in this town, I'd be sitting in my apartment in Amsterdam right now, smoking a big fat one. Yeah, that's where it's at, Ma. I'm sure she must be listening now, getting ready for lunch. Drugs and sex. Drugs and sex. Here's a lady in Fort Myers. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
It's me again.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
Wait, what?
What do you mean it's me again? You called me today already?
Yeah, I called you.
No, it's not you again. 56705. Once a king, always a king, but once a show is enough. That's the limit, lady. This isn't like your own personal little play toy, which I'm sure you've probably got one in a drawer somewhere. Have a good time with it. Here's a mobile in Davie. Hello.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got disconnected a minute ago. I want to talk to you about football.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. 2 back-to-back. That was good. Maybe we can come up with that bitch in Fort Myers. What do you say? Match made in heaven. They can rub the pigskin together. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil?
Yes, sir?
Why is it that George W. can't look straight?
5670560. See, let me say it again. Two things. We're not talking about politics, number one. No more election talk. It's over. It's history. Get used to it. And number, just roll over and open wide. And number two, I'm not talking to any more people over the age of 100. See, that's another real benefit of getting involved in all this election crap, is that all you old farts, just like I said, they want to turn the clock back and have me do W snooze all over again. Be a babysitter for people over the age of 100 whose teeth are soaking in a glass. The answer is absolutely no. Go out in the backyard and look for the right hole in the ballot and leave me alone. That's my advice. Hello, Neil. Call up the goddess, George's girlfriend. She'll straighten it all out for you. She'll be sufficiently indignant, I'm sure. God, and then the best part is, like I said, the grandparents of people like this last guy, they're the ones that call her. Hello, Andy. That's George's favorite, by the way. Yeah, she's got her thumb on it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T, and I guess she finally made a mistake. She was on a roll there for a few days, and then all of a sudden we got to that point, and no, sorry. Hey, you want to win some big cash? I keep thinking about that tape. You got that tape ready for him yet, or what?
I'm telling you, got to add some things, take some other things.
Oh, that's right. Be sure and put a few and a couple of in there too. What a jackass. Even Joe Costello just walked in the door and said, you know, that Peter Leonard's the biggest asshole I've ever met in my life. And we all said, yeah. We knew that nobody pulled the wool over Joe's eyes. And don't quit dicking with my scale back here, will you please? Yeah, George told me the story that you were back there recalibrating the scale. Dickhead. I finally have a good weight day. I lost 80 million pounds in one day with that diuretic. I peed my brains out like a racehorse. And I come in here this morning and the thing goes tilt. And George says, oh, Joe effed around with your scale. Smart ass. Always liked that Joe Costello until this morning. The
Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560.
$130 at 560 WQAM. Markets keep sliding, not looking too good here. I thought we were going to get this tremendous new prosperity. The market, all the pharmaceutical companies, all these grave robbers, all the people who want to pollute the environment. I thought that they were going to be going nuts. Oh! They're not. So already we've been let down. We've been had. Here's Margate. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to make a prediction that after the Christmas holidays, stock market's going to start going down real good. Interest rates are going to go up because there's inflation out here, and it's heating up very quickly.
There's inflation out there?
That's right.
Who said that?
I'm saying that.
You're saying that?
Do you ever shop for food, Neil?
Yeah, sure.
You know,
like in public, like in the supermarket.
Pardon?
Yeah, every day.
Okay. Are you aware of the prices? Do you watch the prices?
No.
Well, I do.
When you make good money, you don't worry about the price on it.
I don't make that good money.
I do.
I watch the prices, and I've just seen them going up tremendously.
No.
And
I don't.
I got to say this as well. As far as this election is
5670560, pound 560 on the. I was just waiting. I just knew that my thumb would get a good workout there. And on that call too. 5670560. They just can't restrain themselves. Can they restrain it?
No.
Can they hold it back?
No.
Can they keep it down?
No.
Some people can't get it up. These people can't get it down. Not interested, sir. Not interested in any of your predictions, of any of your gloom and doom. Well, que sera, sera. We'll that's my philosophy. Two things. DNH and do the best you can. That's my philosophy of life. Do the best you can. That's all. Instead of getting all bent out of shape and psychotic. You're on the wrong show for that. Just ain't going to happen. All the while, before the election, during, afterward, and now all the mystery is gone, all the illegal back and forth. It's all done. Some people are happy about it. Some people are pissed off. Some people don't give a crap. And now, whatever. I keep trying to tell you, now is the time to move forward, not backward. And, sir, we don't want to be as miserable as you are. I realize that's the senior citizens' motto in Florida, is we want everybody to be just as miserable and unhappy as we are. I'm not going to do it. I'm a happy camper, mister. I am. I'm in a great mood. I feel better. I lost all that. I peed out all that weight. I was blown up like a bullfrog and couldn't understand why I felt like I was gagging over here and not even have a good time doing it. Finally discovered that I've been sitting like some kind of a hunchback in this chair for 3 years, and I'm dying. My kishkis are like squeezing together. These are the important things. These are the things that have to do with your real life. All you lunatics that get swept up in all this media bullshit. God. Here's a mobile in Deerfield Beach. Hello.
Hey, good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Was that Alan Greenspan on the last call?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, what do you
Alan
think about
Greenspan Jr. In fact, that was Alan's grandpa.
Okay. What do you think of Peter Deutsch? I think he's the biggest whiner and sore loser out of this entire...
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T, and I love Peter Deutsch. Great guy. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I know how much you love the Florida Highway Patrol, so I figured I'd ask you. I recently got a ticket back in over the Thanksgiving holiday in Volusia County.
Yes, sir.
Of all counties, and I know how you the ticket clinic or something like that. You
ticket defense team.
Ticket defense team. Well, I got a ticket in September, and I took that one to a court, and I had the little hearing, and it was reduced to just a fine and no points. This is another speeding ticket. Is it worth it, since I just had a recent ticket, to go find some defense for this one in Volusia County?
Sure. Why not? Well, why not? You just want to roll over and pay it and get the points and
Well, no, but
call them up. I don't know if they do Volusia County or not, but call them. It's a toll-free call. What's that number, George? 1-800
741-TEAM.
741-TEAM, TEAM. Ticket defense team. They're great. Okay? Good luck to you, sir. And don't do anything. Slow down. What do you say? You had a ticket last week, the week before, 2 days ago, 5 minutes ago? Slow down a little bit, pal. Maybe he's just unlucky. Yeah, like Mo Green. Maybe he's just unlucky. Or maybe he's skimming off the top. Here's Coconut Grove. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I just saw the funniest thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Uh-huh.
I'm at the car wash here, and when I'm walking through, I see these two old people. They must have been about 200 years old each.
Boy!
Chewing out this dark gentleman who apparently looked like O.J. Simpson, calling him a murdering asshole, and I couldn't believe it, and now shame on him. When the guy turns around, it was Dwight Lauderdale.
Really?
Oh, man.
Huh.
Just thought I'd let you know, Neil.
Thanks for the good news. Tell him to grow back the mustache. That would do it. Better grow the mustache back, Dwight. People are starting to talk. Starting to limp around like O.J. And guess what? Whoever wrote that article in the Herald, we may have it in the back of our mind, but we do not forget. Especially when it comes to O.J. And you want to know why we don't forget when it comes to O.J.?
I killed Nicole.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. And Ron and whatever else he's done. Plus he's a scumbag. Hope all you people in Kendall are really proud to have him in your neighborhood. That's why I moved out. Yeah, I'm psychic. I knew many years ago when I moved out of Kendall, O.J.'s going to be living here someday, and I want to get out as fast as I can. Here's a mobile in Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing? This is Mac. I'd like to request a little bit the crapper car alarm, and I want to recommend that maybe Bill and Hillary leave one in the presidential limousine when they leave for the new tenants.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Leave a good pile. Okay, the crapper. That's not in here, is it? George? Look at that. That's not it. That's not what it's called. What is that thing called? It's on one of those.
Which one?
The crapper
Crap on,
thing.
crap off?
No. Yeah, no. That's not what he's talking about. The thing about leaving a pile of human excrement on the crap. Yeah, instead of the club, it's called the crap. I'll find it. Just relax. I know exactly where. I'll get my thumb on it, and then I'll go wash it off. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Believe me, it's on the ACN. It's in the library. It's not in there. Trust me. Believe me when I tell you. I'm begging you. Save the energy. Save the effort. You might have to start making a bunch of tapes at 2 o'clock. And get a big lecture. from the Straw Boss.
Which one?
Well, we have so many. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil. I was listening to a report in the news the other day, and one of the options for these, to do away with these ballots and everything, is one of those...
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Huh. Do you think it would be under the? You don't think it would put things under the, do you?
I think they do.
Do they? That's pretty stupid if you ask me.
The crap.
Huh?
Pardon?
What did you just say?
The crap.
That we listen to all day. I don't think that is what it's called. Now I'm getting nervous because now I can't think of what the hell it's called. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. Oh, it's on one of our best ofs. I'll find it. Or not, as the case may be. So sit on the edge of your seat there, mister, and I'll try and find it for you. Here's Atlanta. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
Hey, I moved away from there about 5 years ago.
Good move. Good move.
Yeah, well, I'm glad to be gone, too. I don't miss the blue hairs. Listen, can I put in a request for the bridge tender?
Okay, sure. Put a request in for the bridge tender, and maybe he'll put the bridge up for like about 10 seconds. There you go. That's it. 22 before 2 at 560 WQAM.
Were you fudge packing?
First, there was the club, the anti-theft device that locks to the steering wheel of your car. Then there was the cap, the anti-theft device that prevents thieves from taking your airbag. Now there's the ultimate in state-of-the-art theft protection. Introducing the crap. 2.5 pounds of steaming human excrement that plops neatly into the front seat of all domestic and most foreign vehicles. Properly installed, the crap deters even the most determined thief.
Hey, nice car. They left the door unlocked. Take this for a little spin. Oh, my God. Someone took a dump on the front seat. That is disgusting. I'm moving on to the next car.
One whiff of the crap, and thieves will move on to another car that doesn't have a steaming pile of human excrement on the front seat. We guarantee it. Order the crap for your car today. And anyone who tries to steal your car will be in deep, well,
17 till 2 at 560 WQAM. Ever sit down like on a chair in a restaurant or something and somebody has left for you a piece of chewing gum on the seat? How do you get chewing gum off of your pants? I mean, all of it. Huh?
You don't.
You don't? You just burn them? You just take them and toss them? Well, isn't that nice? Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello?
Take them to Goodwill, Neil. They're done.
Yeah.
Your pants.
Yes, I know.
What I want to tell you now, you got me off something else. Neil, went to an all-boys Catholic high school, and you were talking about the hazing.
Uh-huh.
And I played sports all through high school, baseball, football. And if they would have even tried that stuff with us, we were so paranoid already going in all boys school, Chaminade at the time, we would have beat the crap out of each other. So that didn't happen with us.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you were talking about
probably had a hard enough time just running from the priest without worrying about each other.
Exactly.
Right.
And
there's no fact in the church.
Right.
And it's funny what you were saying. I was just thinking, I was talking to a couple friends, if there's 3 things we could change, it would be how people get driver's licenses, how people have kids or how many they have,
mm-hmm.
and now the voting, how people vote. And that would be the 3 things we could change.
Forced sterilization, I think, is the great first step. That's part of my platform. Forced sterilization starting this weekend.
And how people get driver's license will be number 2.
Okay.
People can't drive down here. Have a good weekend, Neil.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Did he say you too?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I can't stand them. 5670560. How's those Backstreet Boy tickets coming? Let's give those away in the year. Huh? We don't even have them yet. Nice going there, Woody Graber, old ponytail. See, some people with ponytails, I mean, they're, good people that come through for us. Other people with ponytails, they just talk a good game. You hear what Jeff Cohen said about Woody Graber the other day?
I didn't say
when he was here. I can't even repeat it on the air. Here's a mobile in Coconut Creek. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
They can all go to hell. We got a steak and shake, baby.
Yes, sir. And they're kicking ass over there, too.
I'm sorry?
I said they're kicking ass over there.
Damn right, man. They have been packed every day.
Every time I drive by, they're packing it in there.
It's great.
Yep.
It's great. That's all I got, man.
Okay.
That's it. Just dropping a little good news.
Thanks. Yeah, see, there's a guy who's in a good mood. He's happy. Got a steak and shake out there. They're going to have one down there in South Dade pretty soon that they're working on. What the more could you want? Look on the bright side. I tried to tell you that yesterday. We already knew yesterday he was conceding last night. I would have thought that by today that maybe we'd have a little bit of a change of altitude here. Did we have a change? No. Same whiny people. Man, it's enough to make a grown man want to puke his guts. Or was that when Peter Leonard came in this morning?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's when it started, that lump in my throat. Wanted to puke my guts. Here's Miami. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay.
Long time listener, first time caller.
Great.
Listen, but I worked with the City of Miami Police Department on the VIP deals. You know what the VIPs are?
No.
That's when they impound your vehicle for picking up prostitutes and stuff like that.
Oh.
Well, it's also decoys, either males or females, depending on how they feel like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the biggest scam that the City of Miami has going. What they do, they take your car, they first entrap you because the girls basically, you know, they make it so you even stop. Once you even stop, they make you even turn around and look, they stop you, pull you over, and technically arrest you. They drive you over in your own car. They drive you over to the mini station.
Well, wait a minute. In other words, if you just stop, they pull you over?
Yes, sir. Anything, if you stop, if you even look, or if you hit the brake lights, anything, they'll take you down.
Nice.
Then they'll put you in the car, they'll handcuff you, put you in the passenger seat, drive you over to the mini station where the tow trucks will be waiting for you to take your car away.
Oh, wait a minute. Xerox 650. Oh, my God.
Oh!
I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Then after they take your car and the tow truck hooks it up, they take the handcuffs off you, pay us $1,000 to get your car, and then they let you go. It's nothing about being arrested or taking you downtown. It's just a big scam to get money. That's all.
And is there anybody who really believes that we'll ever hear one more word about that scandal with the minor girls down there in Kendall and Hialeah? Does anybody really believe that story hasn't been covered up and buried and that we'll never hear a word about it?
Oh, of course, Neil. Trust me, of course. Believe me, I've seen pastors, I've seen city officials, U.S. Customs officer, everybody get arrested, but they walk.
There you go.
You know, it's just a scam. That's all.
Thank God we don't live in a police state, right?
Okay, Neil. God
Thanks
bless.
for the good news. God bless America. 5670560. Yeah, you get carried away when you talk about that police state, Neil, even though you are right. Very, very embarrassing. Xerox, 650. And I said to my church when I got to $4, should we like quadruple down here? Can't go out of business, even though they're looking for protection from bankruptcy. Just like National Airlines. And said, oh, no, there could be, but he's reading and he's reading. If I would have bought another 1,000 shares at $4.50, we're talking about $2,500 back right now. Phil, did we do it?
No.
I'm never listening to that man again. In fact, I'm going to find out when he's out of the office, just like the other day when I bought some stock. I called, his girl was there. I said I want to buy 500 shares or whatever the hell it was. Okay, fine. And she called me back in 2 minutes, told me the price we bought it at, and that's it. And by the way, met your Dish TV, which you keep telling me is going to be a $200 stock. You should only live so long. $25 and falling like a goddamn brick from the top of the World Trade Center. Dish TV, my ass. Here's a mobile in Boynton Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Great.
I got a great tip for you and anybody else out there that gets a speeding ticket that wants to beat the points.
Yeah.
If you pay the fine, let's say it's a $100 fine, you pay $103. That means you paid over. They send you a refund check. You never cash the refund check, and it never gets applied to your license. It doesn't go into the data bank.
Really?
A lot of people don't know about it.
What a bargain.
Yep, that's all you got to do.
Okay.
You'll never get points and never cash the refund check.
Thanks for the good news.
All right, you're doing a great job. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Oh, and speaking of speeding tickets, this is a great story to show that not all cops are a bunch of pricks out there, especially the ones who listen to the show. They're the good guys. Mark Eisenberg. Should I mention his name on the air?
Uh-huh.
Why the hell not? Doesn't make any difference. Remember, were you listening when he came in the other day and thanked me? Because he got pulled over for speeding. I don't know if it was FHP or who was. But he got pulled over for speeding, and they had the radio on. And the cop heard it was this show. And he said, oh, is that Neil you're listening to? And he said, yeah, great show. He said, just slow down. Have a nice day. And that was the second one. Who was the other one? Oh, a couple of weeks ago. Same story. Same exact story. Somebody else in the building. Somebody maybe that we like. How do you like that? So it pays to be listening to this show and turn the radio up real loud when a cop pulls you over, and one of two things is going to happen. Either he'll let you off the hook, or it's been nice knowing you. Yeah. One or the other.
This is 560 QAM, the Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Salespeople are ISO.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. This here is the King. I know I haven't been around much for a while, but I want y'all to know that up here in rock and roll heaven, I'll be thinking of you this Christmas. I'd like to give y'all a special Christmas message. A message of peace. Like, how about a little piece of that pie going by? Thank you. Thank you very much. Like I was saying, Christmas is a time of hope, a time of joy, a time for loving. And I sure would love a steak slice of that pizza you got there. Okay, one more. No more. Oh yeah, Christmas. And Christmas to me means family. And family means friends. And friends means getting together. And getting together means eating. Oh, pass me that drumstick, would you please? Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. And I just want to say to you right now, you know, I may be a big star, maybe too big. But ain't nobody so big you can't reach out a helping hand. Would you hand me a helping of those mashed potatoes over there, would you please? Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, like I was saying, ain't nobody so big you can't stoop to help a friend in need over the holiday season. Speaking of season, you want to pass me that salt sugar when you get the chance? Thank you. Yeah, just unscrew the cover, that's right. Thank you. Thank you very much. So this Christmas, why don't y'all take a tip from old Ales? No, leave those steak tips right where they are, you know what I mean? No, I appreciate it, thank you. I want you to remember, we're all part of God's great big family. And you know God made man unto his own image. And look in the mirror, I'd have to say God must be a big, big son of a gun, you know what I mean? I think you do. But I especially want y'all to remember this one last thing. When you're all at home this Christmas, stringing that popcorn up on the tree, save a big, big bowl for the king. Extra butter, know what I mean? I think you do. Thank you. Thank you very much.
154 560 WQAM. How's that poll coming today? The poll, should Al Gore be the Democratic candidate for president in 2004? Yes, 94. No, 170. Probably the yes is two-thirds of them Republicans, if not all of them. Yes, 94. No, 170. I don't care. I don't give a crap. 76. Here's a mobile in Hollywood. Hello.
Yeah, we get to have a non-political poll tomorrow, correct?
Yes, sir.
That'll be great. I mean, if you think about it, like a year ago, to get this caliber of call, we were talking about, you know, the year one, you know, and whether it was a real end of the millennium and all that,
right.
You know, and that brought on, that was quite entertaining in itself.
Maybe we'll spend the whole day on that tomorrow and argue with these idiots again.
You know, we have the false millennium or the real millennium, depending on how you look at it, coming up here in, you know,
right.
about 20 days. So maybe we can work up a frenzy about that.
Don't bust their bubble again, man. They'll get all whipped up to a frenzy now.
Well, hey, man, you're sounding good these days.
Okay. Thanks. See ya. I'm sounding good these days, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I sound fine. Sound just like me. Last time I checked. Not feeling that great. Got these, some all that water, some all that buildup in that intestinal GERD and mung and IBS and CBS. You wonder if IBS is related to the CBS-I. Here's a lady in Weston. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi. I have, I think, an answer to your chewing gum in the pants problem.
Okay. Not in the pants.
On
the pants. You got chewing gum in the pants, you got a real sticky problem.
There's two products you can buy, and you can get them at Kmart, Walmart, even Publix, I think.
Mm-hmm.
The first one is called Goo Gone.
Goo Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one's called Goof Off.
Goof Off?
Yeah. And it's great stuff. It'll take out gum. It takes out permanent marker even. It's grease. It's great.
Okay.
But it should do it for you.
At Kmart?
Kmart, Walmart, and yeah, I think Publix even has it in the household.
I'm on my way.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye. What'd she say? Goof Off? Huh. Yeah, I thought it was gum, but maybe it's not. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Oh, hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hi, I've been listening to you since KAT through Nature's, remember Nature's Own?
Sure.
I was calling about the gum issue. I use ice cubes. You freeze it up,
George
you
says
can
it
take the
doesn't
gum
work.
right out.
George says it doesn't work.
It doesn't work?
Well, that's what he says. I don't know.
I don't know, I used it. It does work.
Okay.
But that's about it.
Okay,
so
thanks.
have a good day.
And back to you. Have a nice life. And don't eat too much of that garlic. Here's the lady mobile in Parkland. Hello.
Neil,
Yes, ma'am.
I hate to be a mooch, but I heard you say something about Backstreet Boy tickets. And last time I called you, my husband had won those tickets to the Panther game in the nosebleed seats. And I was just wondering.
Now, wait a minute. Last time you called what?
My husband had won the tickets from the station, and they were all the way up in the nosebleed seats for the.
Yeah. Can you believe this? There is a God. I'm sitting here. Now, you're a witness. My hand is nowhere near the button, and her mobile just got disconnected. Oh, hallelujah!
Oh, God.
Yeah.